Hello everyone, welcome to this session on Salesforce App Builder tutorial. Today in this session, we will be discussing some of the common concepts that might be asked to you while you sit for your Salesforce App Builder exam. So let's get started. So first, we will introduce you to what is Salesforce CRM and then talk about the sales rep tool in Salesforce. After that, we will be talking about various user settings that you can do in Salesforce, and this is actually going to take up a lot of time, and it is one of the most important concepts that you have to learn while you're preparing for Salesforce App Builder. So guys, this is the agenda for this session. I hope it's clear to you. Now, before we move on with the session, guys, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the Intellipaat channel and also click on that bell icon to never miss out on any updates from us. So now let's move on and start off with the first topic, which is Introduction to Salesforce CRM.
Let us start. So when we're talking about Salesforce, let me ask you, what is Salesforce? I want to hear from you. So here, when we're talking about the CRM, where that is Customer Relationship Management, what exactly is CRM, Customer Relationship Management? Let me talk about, say, if I am Samsung and we are launching a new mobile. Now it is new year started and we are launching a new mobile. So what we'll do? Now the first thing is we'll do the campaigning. Those campaigning may be the social media campaigning, the email campaigning, the media campaigning, the advertisements, like that. In the campaigning, when we're doing it, so how much revenue we are going to put into the campaign, and then what will be the outcome? So somewhere we need to set that. Okay. And from the campaign, here that may be say email, that may be say a media, all these things. This is being done in Salesforce and known as Marketing Cloud. It means if you're buying a license for Marketing Cloud, then you would be getting campaign. You can do a campaign management. Along with that, you can also send the mass email to your customers. All these activities you can do. From the campaigns, what you would be getting? You would be getting the prospect customer, or you would be getting the inquiries. Suppose see, Harish want to buy this Samsung mobile. Harish is an individual user who want to buy the Samsung mobile, so he's inquiring. Might be he's chatting to the Samsung team, contact us at samsung.com, or maybe say he's calling to the call center, or he's filling up a form somewhere. All these things. Those all are nothing but a prospect customer. Now, Harish may belongs to an individual or maybe representing an organization. So it means the customer may be B2C. So when I'm talking about the customer, this may be B2C customer, business to consumer, or it may be B2B, business to business consumer. Now in Salesforce, where we are storing all this data. So for that, we have a place where we can store it. That is a lead. Now we got the leads, and these leads are entered into Salesforce. After that, someone from the Samsung will call the person, like say, they'll call Harish and ask if Harish is interested to buy the product or not. If I'm showing interest that yes, I want to buy the product, or maybe I'm planning to buy a product for my organization. As soon as I'm saying this, immediately now the lead get convert into account. Now what is an account? Account means somewhere we need to store the company name. Those all are my customer companies. Maybe we are storing our partners. Maybe I need to store our competitor information, competitor details. So this from Salesforce terminal we are calling an account. So when I'm talking about these things, that is an account. So the lead get converted into account because of here. If I'm going with C B2B or maybe B2C, first we are creating an account, and there would be a person who is taking care for that account. Now, apart from that, so Harish is working for Intellipaat. So for Samsung, there would be an account Intellipaat. Done. Now, is Intellipaat is buying the product? The answer is no. Intellipaat is a company that means contact point in Intellipaat. So somewhere we need to store that information as well. That we store into the contact object. Apart from that, what business we are doing with that? So that business is doing opportunity. Opportunity, we are calling it a prospect business. What dealing we are doing with that customer? Like Harish want to buy the 5G mobile of Samsung. What is the pricing? What is the quotation we provide to Harish? And if we are providing any discount, some way we need to maintain that. That we store into the opportunity. Now, once it is done, so towards the end, the opportunity always ends either Harish is buying the product, sorry, closed last or closed won. So either the Samsung will get the deal or they'll not get the deal. This is where it get end. Now, once it is done, then there would be orders which we generate. This complete cycle, starting from gathering the the lead, and then once lead get confirmed, then converting the lead into account, contact, and opportunity. This is known as Sales Cloud from Salesforce terminology. This means if you're buying a license for Sales Cloud, then you will be getting leads, account, contact, opportunities, orders. You will get this. Okay. So Marketing Cloud means you're typically working with the campaigns, and then as an outcome, you would be getting the Sales Cloud. That's where we are having the lead, account, contact, opportunities. Now, once it is done, then you sold your product. Samsung sold the product to me. And now, if I am facing any challenge, then they would put the complaint I'm raising. Maybe in that mobile, I want to customize the mobile and then I want some additional features in the mobile. Maybe let me take a different example rather than going with a product specific. If I'm going with, say, a service industry where I bought a few feature services. Now I want to enhance the services. So there would be the service enhancement request. Maybe I want to give the feedback. These details where we are storing in Salesforce, we are calling it as a case. So the case can be registered from the multiple ways. Maybe you're calling to the call center. So when we're calling to the call center, then there would be a set of our call center needed. Here we need the CTI, that is computer telephone integration. That software is needed, and then the contact information are available in Salesforce. So as soon as the person is calling, the person's details should appear on the call center executive's screen. That is call center setup. That can be done using Salesforce. Now, number one. Number two, maybe you're writing the mail to Samsung, like say help at samsung.com, something like that. Another way, maybe you are giving the feedback from the other channels. Okay, those all are known as cases. Once it is done, do you remember, do you know, whenever you're calling to the call center, and you're asking that if I'm calling to Samsung and then I'm saying that I'm facing some issues with my mobile, the call center executive knows my name and the details that is getting from these places, account, contact, and then if there are some opportunities, what all are those opportunities which are already won. Along with that, now the call center executive tells that Harish, why not you are going and following these options? And then he's saying that, okay, go to setting and then go to this option, that option. Do you think the call center executive is a technically expert person for that particular mobile model? The answer is no, he's not. But he's telling those all things to me. It means somewhere he's reading. That is solution. So few are pre-known issues we have. So those pre-known issues and then their solutions have already been provided to the call center executive. And he's simply reading out those. Might be your problem got resolved or not. If it is not, he'll give you the case number, complaint number. You can call it anything. But from Salesforce terminology, we are calling it as a case number. Now, there's a problem with solution. Assume that I got, I want to do, I have some money and I want to put that money into equity market. So I'm hiring services of a trading company, and now I want to know that what is status of Microsoft, whether it's good to buy equities of Microsoft or not. I'm calling to my trading company, then asking that why not you are sharing last 3 years Microsoft performance with me so that I'll decide whether to invest into Microsoft or not. Hang on, this is not a pre-known issue. And the company or the organization need to share a file with me. That file, which has past 3 years details of Microsoft. This sharing is not possible in solution. That is the problem. So that's where we have knowledge. Sorry, knowledge. So using knowledge, now you can share the files with customers as well. That is possible. Definitely, for this you need additional license. This everything from Salesforce terminology we are calling as a service cloud. So if you're having a service cloud license, then you would be getting these things. If you're having sales cloud, then you would be getting these things. And if you're having marketing cloud license, then you would be getting these things. This complete is known as a CRM, customer relationship management.
One question: this knowledge or solution, we can get individual licenses for that, or we have to go for the service cloud license?
Along with the service cloud license, you would be getting cases and solutions. For
Uh-huh.
knowledge, you need additional license.
Cases and solution comes with service cloud, and okay. The same for like sales cloud and marketing cloud, or there are like whatever you have mentioned, we have to go for additional licenses from in regarding sales cloud and marketing cloud.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So only apart from this way I mentioned that you need additional license, everything will come with the licenses which you have buying. Like say marketing cloud means you would be getting this, sales cloud means you would be getting these, and service cloud means you would be getting this. Okay.
Excuse me, what is knowledge in Service Cloud?
Knowledge is where number one. Do you remember or whenever you are calling to the call center and you keep on speaking, think from the call center executive side. He should know who are you, number one. Okay. Now, which type of support you have. Okay. We have different, like say, gold members, silver members. What kind of support? What is your role in the organization? If you belongs to the organization, what is the organization? If you have the AMC, annual maintenance contract, or the services, then what are is the services is already expired or not? Everything. While along with that, when you're talking, the call center executive is quickly checking all the details, everything. Along with that, yes, he need to know what is your main query. Maybe while you're talking, you're also referring to an existing query. Okay. Now, how he can search a particular things in a more faster way. Like Samsung is selling a number of mobiles. Now, you're talking about a particular model. What is that particular model? And then what all are the different challenges we have. You need to search quickly, number one. Number two, along with that, so searching becomes more easier, more faster, more better, I should say, in knowledge. Because of here, you can search into the documents, into the parts, everywhere we can search, number one. Number two, if you want, you can share that solution with the customer. Yes, definitely as a file. Like I was taking example of say the Microsoft past 3 years performance report. Maybe if I'm calling to say Dell, I'm having Dell laptop and I'm asking the support team that I'm facing some issues with the driver. So why not you are sharing that driver with me, the driver software, and he's sharing with me. That's nothing but a file. Those are not possible in solutions. That's where Salesforce comes up with a new knowledge. This is the difference.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. This is CRM, and all the CRM products will have these things. Okay, Salesforce is not over here. Second thing we got is on cloud. So let me quickly go because of most of us would be knowing about the cloud. So when we're talking about cloud is nothing but where we are getting these services. So number one service we have is PaaS, that is platform as a service. Yes, Salesforce provides this service, platform as a service. This Salesforce provides us. Okay. Second, we have is SaaS, that is software as service. Now, we are talking about the CRM. We are talking about these all. This is nothing but as a software you are getting. That software is software as a service. Definitely all the cloud related things you would be getting along with that. Like there is no need to think about the upgrade. It will be done. The maintenance is being done by the Salesforce. All these things would be there. Platform. So Salesforce is working with Force.com. This is the platform on which the entire Salesforce is working with. Means the software is working with. This Force.com is built using Java. This means if you know Java, then the way how to write the code in Force.com is pretty similar. This does not mean that if you don't know Java, you cannot code in Force.com. No, not at all. Let me take a very simple example. Maybe say a few languages where we are writing if, say here a is greater than 50. Just a simple example. I'm writing then, and then here's print a, and then end if. I'm writing if in this way as well. If a is greater than 50, and here's a print a, and then here, I'm sorry, this way. As I do. Okay, both the places I'm writing if. But the way how we write in Force.com is in this fashion. This is how we are writing in Java. Okay, so this means that if I know this way to write down if, no, I cannot work with this way at all. Not in that way. So if you don't know Java, not an issue. You can work with Force.com. No problem. Only the syntax is how to write down would be different. Number third, we have is IaaS. Okay. Next one we have is infrastructure as a service. Salesforce don't provide it. Infrastructure as a service, we are talking about the processing capability and the memory, the RAM. Generally, the RAM we are talking about. So you cannot go and ask Salesforce that, okay, please increase memory, RAM for my instance, or please increase the performance for my instance, for my org. Not possible. Salesforce on paper gives you in return that your instance will be up in 99.99% cases. Everything is written on paper. Performance would be faster, and beyond that, there is no scope of increasing the performance. Another one, if you want to know that, okay, what all are the things or how Salesforce works, you can go to, there is a site, status.salesforce.com. Go to the site. Now here, this is showing you all the instances. Like say, if I'm going with say all, these instances are available: performance degradation, service disruption, maintenance, and here these are all the servers the Salesforce has. The server names, like here, it is beginning with AP. That is for Asia Pacific. So we scroll down. This is DB for databases. Which database Salesforce is using? Salesforce is having its own database that is known as database.com. It is the proprietary database of Salesforce, which it is using. Okay, so these are the servers that if you further scroll down, here you would be getting, there are not many. Yeah, EU. U is for European servers. NA is for Northern America servers. So majorly, the servers are in three different regions: AP, Asia Pacific, EU, European servers, and NA, Northern American servers. And below, You would be getting the CS. These are for sandboxes. Sandboxes, they are nothing but the dummy environment where we do our development, our testing, our training, our integration, everything we do. We don't work with the real environment, which we are talking as a production environment. Rather than that, we copy what all are things there into a different place. That different place we are calling here as a sandbox. And we do everything over there. So these are servers for that. CS, starting with that. Okay, so let me go to randomly any of these servers. Say I'm going with EP3. And here, let me go to history. 7 days, all work fine. Yeah, all work fine. If there are any challenges, you will be getting here. What are the challenges? And Salesforce is pretty open to show in advance at least an year. You can see when the maintenance for this AP3 instance is due. So 29th of Jan, it will do this, and 15th of Feb, it will do this, and then 15th of Feb, there is a major release for Spring 20. It's going to release. The date is also fixed. Then Summer 20 will come on June 13th. And if you don't know, Salesforce does 3 releases per year. Every 4th month, there would be a release. So the current is Winter 20. See here, top right corner. This comes in 11th of October. Oh, sorry, 12th of October this year. Then February, spring, winter, spring, and then summer. And then Winter 21 will come on October 17. Okay. So the infrastructure as a service actually Salesforce is providing internally. You cannot ask Salesforce that, okay, please give it to me. Okay. Okay. Then we have Einstein. We're calling it as Einstein. There was earlier we were calling it as Analytics Cloud. So recently in 2000 winter 19, I don't remember exact the version, when Salesforce changed the name of Analytics Cloud to Einstein. So here you would be getting the detailed analytics. Yes, analytics is part of the Sales Cloud, Service Cloud as well. This is again one more thing Salesforce provides you. Along with that, Salesforce also provides you the communities. In the community, you can ask a question, you can register yourself. If you want to go to the communities, you can go to help.salesforce.com, this site. Here, all the learning, everything would be available over there. We are calling it as trailheads. So this is Salesforce Authenticator maintenance on January 12th. Plant maintenance. This is for the communities. Here you would be getting the answers where you can ask your questions, and then some from the community will ask questions. Will answer them. In top right corner, you can see the login, so you can log in. This is help. So in the help, you would be getting the documentation, Trailheads. So Trailheads is a good way to learn about Salesforce. Like say here, if I'm going with view documentation. So these all options are available over here. That is communities. And Salesforce also provides you the App Exchange. App Exchange. Now, which all are the applications you can integrate with Salesforce? Those all applications are available under App Exchange. It's like for your mobile, we have App Store like that. That's App Exchange. Along with that, what all are the Salesforce gives you the products? Let me show you the product list. You can go to salesforce.com. Salesforce.com. The site. Go to products. These are the products which Salesforce gives you. What all are the pricing? Let me go to pricing. So with this, you'll come to know that if you buy a particular license, then what you will get. If I go to say Sales Cloud, these are the 4 different editions: Essential, Professional, Enterprise, and Unlimited. Salesforce works with, remember, single license policy. What does the single license policy means? If you have 100 license, all 100 license has to be of same edition. You cannot have 20 enterprise license and 80 unlimited license. Not possible. So either all 100 has to be enterprise or unlimited. What is its pricing? This is mentioned over here. This is USD per user per month. Now, what you would get in this, scroll down. These are all mentioned over here, so I'm not going for all this. Let me scroll down. Here we have download the full edition comparison chart. Go for it. Now here, somewhere you would be getting C hyphen sign, means they are not available at all. Somewhere you would be getting the dollar sign. Are you getting anywhere? Check mark means yes, they are available with the license. Yes, see here, this is available for purchase. Available for purchase means you need to pay extra if you want to get this, like say Developer Pro Sandbox. Essential, not possible. Professional enterprise, you need to purchase. Unlimited, yes, it is available. Like see here, this is web service API, additional 25 USD per user per month, a costing.
One question: when you say user, you mean the end user?
No, not end user. For end users, there would be a separate license. This is the person who is using the Salesforce. So like I took example here, say the Samsung. So the employee of Samsung who is using that, the CRM software. Harish, he is just an end user or a customer to Samsung. So for that, we have the customer licenses, which Samsung will buy in bulk.
Okay.
That price is not this much. 150 USD. No, definitely not. That is the bulk license.
And one more question. So when you say Samsung buys only one user and multiple employees can use that same user ID, that would also work? Or is it like Salesforce has a way to identify that like per employee or per employee one user license?
Nothing like that. Uh, Only one user can work. Sorry, the multiple users can use the one credentials. No problem at all. But
Salesforce, yeah.
But yes, Salesforce has no issues. If you are using
Okay.
it, Salesforce has no issues. But for you, there would be challenge. The challenge is, let me take example, say, there would be opportunities. Opportunities are nothing but the business. And you have two sales reps. Now, both the sales reps are using the same ID, like say Harish ID they are using. Now, who did which business? You as a manager, how you will come to know?
Okay, got it.
Remember, I'm taking example of only two salespersons. I'm not talking about the 2000 salespersons.
Okay.
And now, person is saying that, okay, sir, towards the appraisal time, he said that out of 100 opportunities, I won 99 opportunities. As a manager, do you have me to check?
Got
No.
it. No.
Okay, so from management side, it would be very difficult.
Okay.
Yes, this is for pricing, and this pricing is for Sales Cloud. Let's talk about the Service Cloud license. Service Cloud licenses. This is for Service Cloud license. And again, want to know in detail, scroll down, you're going to be getting the addition comparison chart. Yeah.
What is
Yeah,
the
Harish.
difference between Sales Cloud and Service Cloud?
Difference between Sales Cloud and Service Cloud. Let me show you here. This is at very high
Yes,
level.
yes, yes. But as a developer, it means that where he work.
As a developer,
Yes.
there's no difference. Why I'm
Okay.
saying there is no difference because of he need to write down the code. Now, if he's writing down the code for C contact or for opportunity and for cases, I don't think there is any difference from the development side.
I think
Okay.
probably from a development side, your objects, everything might change. That's about it. The
Yeah,
functionalities would
yeah,
change.
yes. But apart from that, from developer side, you will not get any difference. You are earlier doing coding for A, now you are doing coding for B. And for the same, because of the base is same, Everything is built on top of force.com. So you are using the same language, like say Apex. For data access, you are using SOSL, SOQL. That is Salesforce Object Query Language, Salesforce Object Search Language. They would be same. If you are using the user interface for say Classic, you are using Visual Force. That would be same. If you are doing with say Lightning experience, you should be using Aura. That language would be same. So no difference.
In case if I'm, let's say I have started a company and I want to basically install Salesforce, right? Now, when I take the license, let's say my company has 50 users. I basically take 50 users license, but
Okay.
I need, I will have in a typical SDLC a development environment, a testing environment, and a production environment. So
Okay.
does it mean 50 multiplied by 3, or how is the environment with the licenses related?
These licenses, when we talk about, just a minute, let me show you here. I think I removed it. Let me go back. Just give me a moment. Yes, the licenses would be same 50. And those all 50 licenses are possible for the sandboxes. We are calling it as a sandbox. And there are different sandboxes. Let me show you over here. Where are, yeah, here they are. Just please focus on this part. These are the licenses. Sorry, these are with respect to sandboxes. So you have the sandboxes. You need not to buy separate licenses. No need. But yes, definitely you should have the sandboxes. Like say, for an example, you are working with partial sandbox and you have one partial sandbox which is available, and maybe you need one extra. You need to pay extra amount for to get a partial sandbox. Number of users would be same. How much licenses you have for production, same. Okay.
So when you say sandbox, meaning one environment, is it? Or
Yes. Sandbox is one environment.
okay.
Okay. So all the sandboxes, the environment would be same. What differs is their data. So their data capability would be different. Somewhere we have only 20 MB of data, somewhere we have 5 GB of data, and somewhere we have exact data how much we have in production. These are the differences. Okay.
One more question. Can you just
Yes.
explain once the analytics thing, the Einstein thing? Can you give us an example and show it?
Let me explain you. Like say I'm Mercedes. Yes, let me go with Mercedes. Okay, and we are launching a new car. Now I have the contacts in my system. Whom should I campaign? Whom should I send emails for that new Mercedes car? Am I supposed to send everybody? Definitely not. Who would be my target audience? Suppose, see, let me take an example. Say the Mercedes new car. New car has say $5 million USD, and there is a contact whose earning is only say 200,000. Will that person buy the car? Definitely not. Should I include that person into my email campaigning? There is no need. It's useless. How should I analyze that who should be my target contact points? I need to do some way that analysis. That's been provided by the analytics cloud, Einstein. Okay?
Yeah, got it.
And sorry, where that Einstein comes out under that is that analytics cloud.
Yes. Analytics.
Einstein, yeah, go ahead.
No, the name is Einstein. The name is Einstein. So when you go over here, if you cut back here, see, yeah, Einstein Analytics. And then you'll be
Okay.
getting what you would be getting. So business Einstein predictions, analytics cloud, analytics plus.
So could I consider this one is a kind of reporting tool, business reporting?
Now it's beyond that. It's beyond
Okay.
that. Okay. Detail if you want to know that, then maybe here you need to explore this. Where is that comparison chart? It is not there. I don't think it is there. Okay, then you need to explore it one by one. What is this analytics studio
Okay.
and what are those things? You need to
Thank you
explore
very
this.
much. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mandatory for administrator exam
Okay,
as cloud service cloud.
Just a minute. Let me show you. So please go to certification.salesforce.com, the site. Let me show you that. So these are all these ones: Salesforce administrator, architecture, developer. Which one you are planning for? So here, if you're planning for say administrator, let me go to administrator. Get the exam guide. Yes, this is here, and then here, this is. Scroll down. Yeah. So this is important thing. 60 MCQ, 105 minutes, and 65% is the passing score. The registration fees is 200 USD. If you are reappearing, then 100 USD till the time you have 100 USD. So there is, sorry, so I mean to say that there is no number of attempts limit. So till you have 100 USD in your pocket, you can pay and you can reappear. Okay, and these are the names. Typically, this is when we're talking about the ADM. This is on the classic version, and then ADX, that is for learning experience. So my suggestion would be, if you're planning, please plan for ADX rather than ADM. And then what in certification exam they would ask you, this is their weightage. And my suggestion would be, whenever you're planning, please come here and visit once. This is very much needed, because this is what they'll ask you during certification exam. And then this will get changed with the release. So currently the winter is going on. After that, the spring will come. So come and check here that how much weightage for each topic. Salesforce don't ask beyond this. But all I mentioned here, they'll ask only within this scope. This is pretty sure. Okay, and once it is done, then you need to give the maintenance exam. This maintenance exam, you can simply sit at your home and then you can give with every release that you need to do. This is for administrator. Similarly, you can check for others as well. Let me go back. Developer. This is CPQ. So this is for CPQ, and then developer. Developer, we have the app builder, PG1, PG2. They are purely into development. When we talk about the platform developer 1 and 2, and then app builder. If I'm going with the app builder, let me go with exam guide. So this is a mixture. Let me show you exam outline. This is here. This is typically the data modeling, security, business logic. This is the admin part. Mostly the declarative way of implementation. This is Apple. Majorly the focus is on the business logics and automation. So here we are talking about the record types, formula field, roll-up summary field, validation rule, approval process, workflow, flow, process filter. These are the main things. Let me go back. One more step back. Now I'm going to advanced administrator with the exam guide. Here, yes. Okay, so now I think with that, let me show you quickly for CPQ. I'm going with CPQ with the exam guide. The best way. Go to that exam guide and then check it out. What is the prerequisite? What they say. This is prerequisite, none required. Done. And then what all are the contents? What is the passing score and blah 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 things. Okay.
A question for me. The administrator exam, are there two types of it? Is that what you're saying, or one? As in the not the advanced, just the admin. Is there one or two types of it?
There would be two. One is administrator for classic version. The code name is ADM201. That is, let me show you. It's ADM201. That is for classic. And
So I
then
couldn't get into the second one, ADX, or so I couldn't get through to the link.
lightning experience. Lightning experience. Let me show you.
Thank you.
No worries. here, administrator, get the exam guide. Go to the exam, ADX. This is ADX 201C. Yeah, sorry, it is ADX. Let's click on
Okay.
this.
Okay.
This is new admins overview,
Oh,
and this goes.
is this quite recent this year, kind of?
No, ADX
Or
is
last year, rather?
two. No, it's more than last year. It's 2 or 2.5 years. It's I think 2.5 years, maybe even more 3 years. I'm not pretty sure, but definitely more than 2 or 2.5 years. See, it is what they'll ask you. And then if you want Trailhead, yes, they are available. These are the classes, they're online classes. This is ADX.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Let us start. Along with that, now, if you want to create a login for Salesforce, then there are two ways how you can create a login. One is going to salesforce.com. Go to salesforce.com, and here top right corner you would be getting try for free. You can get it. With this, where I am, yeah, you would be getting the enterprise edition. That is 30 days trial with limited functionalities. This is what you would be getting. There's another way to get is developer dot. With this, you would be getting the developer edition. Then this is lifetime free. Sorry, lifetime. It's validity is lifetime. So these are the two ways. So we would be using this account. Developer.salesforce.com, this place. This is the place where you would be getting the details about a developer, the resources and everything you would be getting over here. Go to here, documentation, sorry, learn, start where are books? They keep on changing. I also need to search for books and that. Tailheads. No, this is not. This is they are taking tailhead. Learn. They removed the books. Somewhere earlier they were having the books and everything. Even I need to search for that. Website is keep on changing. Okay, but somewhere here you would be getting. This is for sure for this place. If you want, then maybe I'll show you all documentation. I think it is available over here. Yeah, these are the books. And these books are being written by Salesforce, and then time to time it get updated as well. Like say this is get updated on 8th of January. With every new release, these books get updated. Let's say if I want to go with say Apex, Apex. Here you would be getting the Apex developer guide. Go here, you can download it. Let me show you somewhere top right, top left corner, you would be getting it. See, this is the PDF version, you can download it. This is how you can get the resources and as well as additional you will be getting over here, the video libraries and all these things that you need to explore and sign up. Now, once it is done, then whichever place you logged in, doesn't matter in terms to login, you need to go to login.salesforce.com, this place. Once you log in, you land up with this place, not this place. You land to sales. This is where you'll land up when you log in. Okay. So go there and create
No.
an create a user. So when you're going for it, when you log in, then see, if you're looking at the address bar, you would be getting this AP8. Currently, I'm getting AP8. In your case, it might be different. This is your server, where your instance, where your org is getting hosted. So mine is AP8. Now, after this, this would be the logo. Now, below to this, here you would be getting the app launcher. Here, all the applications in Salesforce you would be getting. And then this is currently we are working with the sales app. Home, these are all the tab, and then this is known as a navigation bar here. Now, in this, If I'm starting with the leads, let me go with this. So here, when you click on this, it takes you to this place. Here, there is one more way. Just go into the down arrow and then check. So from here, you can directly click on creating a new lead. These are the recent records you worked with. This is the list, which is the recent one, and then open recently viewed items in another tab. So it will open into another tab. Now here, going with that, you would be getting here. These are the lists. So currently I'm getting what is the recently viewed. Maybe I want to see all the open leads. So I'm going over here, all open leads. These are all the open leads, which I'm getting in the list. This list, total as of now for me, there are 12 items. These are sorted by name. If by default it is in ascending order, click here, this is descending order. If you want to change to some other, very similar how we are doing in Windows, similar fashion, you can change it. Here, if you want to create a new lead, you can go here, see top right corner, you would be getting new. Import is to import. This we will discuss when we discuss the data import and export during that time. Add to campaign. These are all the records. If I'm going to see Brenda record, let me click onto this. This is how I am getting. This is a lead. And then this is known as a highlight bar. In this, which all are the fields you feel that are important. And just looking at these fields, you can quickly know about that lead or about that record. Those fields we keep here. What all are the other fields or all the fields we have? Let us go down below. You would be getting the details. These are all the fields what we have. How to put here, that we'll discuss during customization. Then next to that we have is activities. So now with this lead, if you want to assign a task means some work you are assigning to someone else. Let us say maybe I want to assign a task. The task is say I want to do a call. I need to call to this person on say 15th of January, name related to any account, and then this I'm assigning to myself as of now. Or maybe you can search here a user whom you are assigning to, the status, and then save. Now I'm giving a job, a task to someone. Now that someone has to do it. Once it's completed, he'll mark his status as completed. And then coming onto this record, I can come here and then check it out. So if tomorrow some other person is coming and checking, then he can check that, okay, what all are the tasks or the schedules has been done. If there is a discussion happen with the person, then log a call, and then out of office on 15th of January, like that, and then save. So all these details you can keep here. If you're sending an email to the Brenda, then what all are the things you mentioned, everything you can keep here in Salesforce. Details. Now in the detail, detail. These are the fields. Who is the lead owner, name, company, title, lead source, industry. This is currently we are getting the fields in a particular format that we are calling as a page layout. So you would be getting here the detail page layout, which currently we are doing. And then the second one you would be getting as a edit page layout. What is the edit page layout? What all are the fields editable over here? So not everything are editable. So how to edit the field? Maybe I want to put down here some more mobile number. See here there is a pen mark. You can click or maybe double click on it. And then you can mention over here. Did you notice here, as soon as I'm doing it, the view get changed. I'm getting a solution and then other details. And this is not the same how I was getting earlier. Let me save this. See here, now I'm nowhere getting the solution field. But in the edit, going to the top right corner, edit. See here, I'm getting this edit page. What all are the fields? Few fields are editable, few are not. Like say these are not editable. I cannot edit it. Okay. Then we have the chatter. What all are the conversation happened on that lead? The discussion happened. So those we are getting on the activities. Now, assume that you are a sales manager and you want to know about that what happened to with this lead. What do you do? It's not possible being a sales manager to come and open each and every record and then check the activities. It's not possible. Then what would you do? You will follow the record. And we have a social media kind of communication network collaboration tool that is known as a chatter within Salesforce. So what happened? Like say related to this, if you want to share with someone, that you can post here. You can do a poll, you can do a questions. Might not be a proper example for leads, but it's definitely for account, for opportunities, they might possible. What all are the changes you made here? Immediately the persons who all are following, they'll get a notification that what happened. So if you feel being a sales manager that yes, this lead is an important lead, come and follow that record. After that, if any changes happen, you'll immediately get a chatter notification. Where is the chatter? See here, there is a chatter. So here you would be getting that. Okay. And then news. News is nothing but its appearance, that particular lead's appearance on social media. So currently it's been enabled for Twitter. So it is saying what it does, nothing. You need to sign up using your Twitter account. And now if you are searching Brenda McClure in a normal way, maybe you are getting 20 records. But here, along with that, we have the additional details as well. So Salesforce is searching Twitter based on these data. So earlier you were getting 20 records of Brenda. Now you would be getting 2 records of Brenda. Remember, I'm not saying 1 record, I'm saying 2 records. It's easier to find out exact person out of 2 records than 20 records. That's all. There is no guarantee that yes, Salesforce directly will not take you to that person's page. No, Salesforce will not do this. He will only search on some more fields onto the social media and then show you. Okay. Any question in this, the user interface?
Can you show the activity thing once more?
Yeah, activities are like say the Brenda is asking for the quotation, the details. Okay, I took an example because of at present this person is a lead, so I wrote here a call. Okay, so there should be a person who need to call this person.
Okay.
Okay, call when, given that say here this person should be get called by Monday. Related to as of now no account, nothing. Status not started because of yes the person whom I'm assigning to should call and then it should be in progress, it's completed, wait for someone else, deferred, like that, and then say. Now it's an activity for the person.
Okay.
And then the person will get populate these. When he go to his activities, he can see all.
Okay. And how is the time thing like taken into account? So it is in my system time or Salesforce has a server time on of itself? I mean, the
That
date
is,
is fine. Say, yeah.
yes. So the time would be, as of now here, we didn't mention the time. If it is the time we mentioned, like say generally for events, we mention the time. Like say if I'm going for the events, here we define the time. Okay. So I'm scheduling. I'm from India. So I'm scheduling it. So at present, my time is 22:19. Now, you are from California. And if I'm inviting you for this event, where it is, yeah, assigned to all the event assigned to it, then below, yeah, here. Okay, then what is your time zone? What is the difference between my time zone and your time zone? So you would get this time in your time zone. So this would not be 11 p.m. This would be your time zone p.m.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is like a role of an admin, right?
No, it is a role of a sales rep end user I'm talking about. No, nowhere the administrator will come into picture at all.
Okay.
Okay. Today we are going to discuss how a sales rep use Salesforce. Only we are talking about this. So in this way, I'm walking through with the user interface of Salesforce. Now, along with that, in Salesforce, 4 processes. This is important. 4 process. Now, what is the process? Have a look here. Let me go to edit. Here we have a status. Yeah, lead status. This is nothing but a pick list. Open, not contacted, working, contacted, closed, converted, and closed, not converted. This is also a pick list. Do you find any difference between these? Like here, web, phone inquiry, partner referral, purchase list, other. And then in this, yes, there is a difference. The difference is over a period of time, the values of this, someone will come and change, or might be automatically it can change. So initially it might be say open not contacted, then a working contacted, then towards the end you'll move into closed converted, closed not converted. Will you do the same for lead source? Definitely not. Until and unless if you mistake by choosing. This is a process. So in Salesforce, we have 4 processes. One is lead process. This is for the lead object. Second one is sales process. This is for opportunity object. Number 3 is for the support process. This is for the case object. Number 4 is the solution process. This is for solution object. Only these 4 processes are available in Salesforce. No other process. This process you can do change in 2 ways. One is, as of now, I'm changing it to say open not contacted and then save. You can also change in a graphical way over here. This is the process and all the line items. If you want to change the line items, of course you can do. Come here, I want to change to this. Come here and then mark as current status. If you want to change this, come here and then mark as current status. That's all. Okay.
Just one quick question. Can you just explain what you mean by that line item again? No, you use the word line item, or what do you mean by line item though?
Okay, just a minute. Yes, I got it. So here, these are the pick list items. These are the pick list items. I think I referred these one as line items. And then these are also the items over here. So I think I referred these one as line items. The options available under pick list.
Are called line items.
No, it is just a general way I referred. There is no technical meaning of that.
There's
Line
not. Yeah. Okay. So it can be. There are various ways you can refer to it. So maybe
Yes.
on a product or something that could be a line item. Maybe.
No. Please don't take it as a line item. It is just to explain it, I told.
Okay.
You can call it as options. You can call it as pick list options, pick list items. You
All
can
right.
call it anything.
All right.
One question. This is
Yeah.
like from the process side. So marketing would give me leads, and leads would be converted during the sales process, right? So, but here in this sales, we have created the leads on in the sales cloud itself, right? And then we
Yes.
converted it.
Yes. So the marketing guy will give you the leads. When you say marketing guy is giving you the leads, which typically how marketing guys will give you a lead. So marketing guys are having those leads into a CSV file, and then those CSV files you will import.
Okay.
Who will import? The sales team will import into system. And then who will work on those leads? Sales guys.
Okay, got it.
Okay, yeah. Now, let me talk about the others. I'm going with this sales process. So if I'm going to opportunity here, let me open this opportunity. This is a prospecting, qualification, need analysis. This is a process. Towards the end, it is closed. If I'm going with closed, select what? Closed won or closed lost. Closed won means you got the deal. Closed lost, you lose the deal. If I'm going to an account, let me go to an account. I don't have here anything. Because of my account, there is no process. Nothing. Okay. Now, let me go to the lead, and then this lead. This lead says that, okay, Brenda want to do a business with us. As soon as the person confirmed, now this lead is no more a lead. Because of lead is known as a prospect customer. Immediately will convert the lead. It's important. Lead convert into account, contact, and opportunity. These three. How to convert? Go to top right corner, and here you would be getting an option convert. Click on it. Now, what about the account? Account is nothing but the customer. Here the company. So what is the account name? Do you have an existing account with the same name? If it is so, then you should put into an existing one. Yeah.
I have a quick query here. Is there any way to set up some restriction for some certain users? So, for example, you have just means you have right to close the leads status from maybe close as a one or close as a lost. So maybe I, as an user, I require to view the details of the lead, but I should not have the right to close the status. So is there any way to place some restrictions for the user?
Yes. Yes. This is being done by administrator.
Okay, by the administrators.
Yes. Done by administrator.
All right, thank you.
So we have different permissions, read permissions, edit permissions, delete permissions.
Sorry to interrupt, ask that if, as you're showing me, before you have shown that process, in that you have shown that you're going open, not contacted. As you're converting the lead, so before that, we need to change the status for that, like working and contacted.
Let me scroll down. Here, see the converted status, closed converted. The only option available. So you need not to do it manually. This is known as lead automation. So when you convert it, it will automatically come.
So this is a convert lead, but I'm talking about the process.
I'm sorry?
I'm talking about the process.
Yes. So basically the process is the status. So this is nothing but a graphical presentation. If you look
Yeah,
at
that's
this,
what I'm talking.
yes, so that will happen automatically.
Okay.
Nothing but it's being presented over here. Where is that status? It is below. Yeah, it is here. See, it's lead status. The field name is lead status. So here I'm going with converted, and then I want to create a new account because of I don't have any existing account. Maybe there is another lead later we are getting from the same Cardinal Incorporation. Then that time, rather than creating a new account, I would merge with an existing account. What would be the contact? Should I create a new contact, or I should put into an existing contact? Maybe Brenda earlier also contacted us and then gave us some business. Then maybe I can choose this. Third one, the opportunities. What we are selling. Suppose I'm selling to this. So what would be the opportunity name? Say I want to sell laptop. Oh, sorry. So that is the opportunity name, laptop. Now here, you would be getting one more. One, create an opportunity upon conversion. Why you need it? See, we are converting a lead, but we are not creating a business. This is typically from the sales word side I'm asking. We are creating an account, we are creating a contact, but we are not creating an opportunity. This we choose when, let's take an example. The Brenda is saying that, yes, Harish, I would like to buy the laptops, but not right now. We would be buying the laptops month of March, and currently we are in month of January. What should I do? This is a lead, and then lead is saying with this thing that Harish will buy laptops or will discuss about on laptops month of March, not now. What should I do? Should I open the lead? Should I keep it open? If I'm keeping it open, my manager doesn't know about it. What he knows that Harish has 50 leads and all are open. It means Harish is not working. Okay. So it is affecting my KPA. If I'm converting the lead and then I'm creating an opportunity, same thing. Because of the customer says that Harish, please don't come to me till March. And I'm creating an opportunity today, then till March, I'm not doing anything. And after that, I'll move into that opportunity. Again, my manager says that Harish, you're not working. Because of there is an opportunity which opened on 11th of January, and then still nothing is happening on that opportunity. That's again hitting my KPA as a sales rep. What should I do as a sales representative? I'll create the account and contact because of this is what I need for future. I'll create an activity, a task assigned to myself that okay, maybe on 1st of March, I need to call to Brenda. And then here I'll choose do not create an opportunity. So in this way, I closed the lead, but I didn't create the opportunity. That time we chose this. Got it?
As we are setting an activity, does that activity get alarmed on whenever it is required, or we need to keep checking the activities for getting known about the coming activity?
Oh, no, you need not to. Whenever you log in, then here top right corner, you would get all your open tasks.
Okay, it's
Immediately,
just like alarm.
yeah. How we are getting for our Outlook, the meeting alarms, similar fashion. Okay.
This we were talking about opportunity not getting converted, like lead getting converted but not turning it up into opportunity, for which then
Correct.
again I have to manually create an activity, right? Am I thinking it is in the right way?
Yes, the activity should be
Okay.
created manually.
So if there is now the you know how the sales people work, right? I've been into sales since last 10 years. They usually won't mark an activity. That would be an additional click for them to do. So if they probably I don't say it's probably unintentionally they miss putting an activity for this particular kind of case, then the lead would be gone, the opportunity would be gone. How would we track that
Yes,
as a
yes.
process, I'm saying?
So, yes. So, one way is to say your sales reps are not checking that, are not creating the opportunity, sorry, the task, then no, it's gone. What do I mean by gone? That they cannot get it. I'll show you. Okay, let me
Okay.
convert it. Converting it, and then before explaining, I'm moving back. The lead has been converted. It created an account, contact, and then opportunity. Okay, if you want, here also you can create a task. Now, if you go back to leads and then see here, go through that what it is mentioned, open leads. Was that Brenda's lead is still open? The answer is no. The lead is closed. Now, where can I get those closed leads? Go to reports and then pull down the reports. So now from reports, you which all are the opportunities, sorry, which all are the leads get converted, not from here. Okay. If you want the sales guys are not that proficient or unintentionally they are not checking themselves, then you can create a workflow or maybe a development you need to do where they need to check somewhere or task getting created for them. So that is from the development side you need to do. Yes, it is possible. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is a certification exam question as well. Please make a note that in leads, you can see only the open leads. You cannot see the converted leads. In terms to see the converted leads, you have to contact the reports. Okay. Now, let me go to, now here, when I'm going to account, here I'm getting a incorporation. This is the recently viewed. We go over here. Now here, these are the details which I could see over here. Record owner, I'm the person. Details, these are the details. Few fields are getting mapped. Not everything is available in the lead. So the remaining fields are empty. Here, see the activities, upcoming and overdue activities. Everything is moved. Now, under this account, now, since Salesforce is a CRM, please understand an important concept here. We have account. Account is the parent, or you can call it as a master object. Under that, you have contact and then case. These would be the child records, child objects, sorry, not records. Here, technically, we are calling it as a detail. What does this mean? For me, Cardinal is a customer. It's a business. It's an account. Now, under Cardinal, whom I'm contacting, where to see those persons' records. They are contact opportunities and cases, a different object. If I go to related, see here, I could see contact and then Brenda. What is this? Why I'm getting only one? Because of this is the record which is related to Cardinal. So this is known as a related list. Opportunity, laptop. Cases, as of now, there is no case. This is only with this. So when you go to the related, so with respect to this account, which all are the related records? Related records from other object. You could see into the related list. And this is a standard relationship we have in Salesforce and in all CRM, not only in Salesforce. Account contact opportunity in cases where account would be always a parent, and then contact opportunity in cases would be child side. Okay, so now when you are at the parent, means when you are looking at the account, then how to see the child? Go to the related list, and then you can see the child. But can you see a parent? It's a field entry. This is a question. If you are at the parent, then child you can see as a related list. Or at the child record, if you are at the contact, parent you can see as a field entry. So I have account, I have contact, and then let me go to opportunity. Here also I would get the opportunity. Let me go to opportunity. Now here opportunity as a process. This is the process. Currently I'm at prospecting. Then qualification, need analysis, view proposition. And then what it is, let me show you. If I go to edit, this is the opportunity name. What is the amount? Maybe amount is the 2000. Close date. Close date means as a sales rep, when I'm feeling that I would crack this deal, that is the close date. So we have a way how you can enable the multiple currencies in your org. These are the stages: prospecting, qualification, and then what does this means? This means the probability that if my opportunities at prospecting level means the chances of getting the deal is only 10%. As if I'm going to say value proposition, the chances of grabbing the deal is 50%. If it is the price quotation proposals, 75%. If it is a negotiation level, 90%. So as we are moving ahead in these stages, the probability of grabbing the deal get increased. What is use of this? This is where we do the forecasting. So in Salesforce, we have one more concept of forecast. You can do forecasting. Forecasting is now we are on in India, the the January, February, March is quarter 4. So quarter 4, what will be the forecast? How much business we'll get? Which business we should focus more so that within the quarter 4 we'll get the business. How? Sales came to know they're moving on the probabilities, means typically on the stages. So that comes under the forecasting part. And then let me save this. Here, see, this gets
The
changed.
status will be depend on the forecast.
No, forecasting is based on the stages. So which opportunities? So now in the system you have 5,000 opportunities. Okay, and now within this month, so hardly we have 19 days in this month. Which opportunities you should focus more to grab the business? Definitely, you will not focus on those opportunities which are lying here, right? You'll focus on those opportunities who are low hanging fruits, which are available here. That's what focusing on. Okay. So here, this is the opportunity. Now, let me create contact. So earlier I went to leads and then I did it everything manually. Oh, sorry, automated way. Now, from Catinal, there's another person who comes in. So how sales rep can do manually? Going to the contact, new. So here solutions, so here means finishing. This is a contact. How should I relate this contact with the account Catinal? Going to this. What is this? A lookup field. Means I'm searching into. These are not the lookup fields. This is just a checklist. This is a normal text field. Now here, let me tell you, it is by default the recently used accounts you will get over here. You can type otherwise, and then it will filter it out. Other details you can put because I'm not putting everything over here. Yes, these are. Then these fields also get changed based on your business requirement. I'm saving it. Now I want to see the account details. I'm going to see Catinal. Let me click on this. Related, there are two printer and then here in us. This is how it would be.
Again, I have a query. The fields or the account or leads or contact fields can be amended as per the business requirement, or this is the standard overview of view of Salesforce.
That can be changed based on your business requirement.
Okay.
Everything is customizable in Salesforce.
Okay. So developers can change all those fields and the view of the page, contact or account page.
Generally, it is not done by the developer, but rather than it's being done by the administrator.
Okay. All right.
It's he who do.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
One more thing, as we
Yeah.
are creating a new contact, so it will, how come it can directly go to contacts? First, it will go to leads. Then, as the process is going on, then will change, that will convert it to an account. So, how come you're an
Yes.
account?
Yes. So lead is okay. Your question is how you can directly create it. So Salesforce gives you the option also. It's not mandatory that always account or a contact you are getting via leads.
Yeah, I agree. But point is that first, if we are contacting someone, first we'll get to know. That means first we have to whether we are going to be in contact with you or not. Like everything, like open contact and not contacted. That will be in that will be in a systematic way. How come?
Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. Let me take in the other way around. Leads are the inquiries which someone asks you. Okay. Now, let me take in this way. I have a hotel industry. I'm from hotel industry. And then My hotel is in New York. Now, in New York, I want to give offers to the companies. If their employees are visiting and they are staying in my hotel, I'll give some offer. Okay. Now, I'm contacting to say Microsoft. And in Microsoft, because of this is done by me, Microsoft employee didn't contacted me that, hey, Harish, your hotel, if my employees are staying, what is your offer? No, they're not doing this. This is I'm offering from my side. What would I do? So that time I would create an account, okay, Microsoft, and then under that the contacts whom I am contacting, the sales reps are contacting. So if tomorrow the sales rep left the organization, no issues. I know who all are the contacts available under the accounts. Number one. Number two, we have only the dealers, the business partners. We have the business partners. We are only dealing with that. We are not dealing with neither a B2C customers, neither a B2B customers, no one. In that case, you will not get leads. You know that, okay, you are delivering only to your partners. In that case, there would not be any lead. There would be only accountant contacts. Okay, like see here, if you go here, I think I mentioned somewhere, yeah, account, companies, partners, competitors, even our competitors also will store here. If I go to see opportunity, even in opportunity also we mention, who is my competitor for this? This is business requirement, but I'm showing you. It may not be there that for all organizations are doing so. Yeah, see the main competitors. Who is the main competitor over here? So all this information we store into the account. Okay. Any other question?
There will be a case wherein it's a retail customer, it's a B2C customer. Account should be in the case where you have B2B customers, they have companies, right? But there would be B2C customers who might need to directly create contacts, or I would require an account for that as well.
No, in that case also we have the account and we have a concept of customer account. So if you go to account, let me show you. Here we have account type. That which type of account it is. Yeah, it is here. Which type of account it is.
Okay.
So he's a direct customer. He's a customer.
So,
Now,
so I do not need to put in the account name. What do I put the account name as? Because the customer is direct customer.
Harish. Here I'll put Harish. So in that case, there would be two entries. One is Harish as an account, and then other
Yeah.
Harish as a contact.
Okay.
So
So
take it in this.
by default for any contact that you put in, there has to be an account that you're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So can I change this flow? Like if I want to as an admin, I do want to put an account for direct customers, so specifically the B2B, because that would be an additional click for salespeople. So which I'll not like to do. So if I do not want to link a account to a B2C customer, I can do that.
Yes, of course, you can do that.
Okay. Yeah.
You can do so. If you go over here, let me show you. Contact, I'm creating a new contact. See here, Rajesh Kumar, and then save. Salesforce allowed me to save. What is the account name? Nothing.
Okay. Fine. Got it.
So it's possible. If you want for your org, it should be mandatory. You can make it mandatory. Yes, that's possible.
Fine. Got it.
Say like
Yeah.
during this course of like the lead becoming accounts, I think some documents would be exchanged, right? A quote or a transaction slip and all that stuff. So like if the order is done, so then if the customer has placed an order, he must have paid or something of that stuff. Where is that happening, and where would I keep those documents? So if I look at the workflow,
Basically,
there would be certain.
lead is a very early stage when a customer simply contacted first time. Okay, we don't know that customer will buy the product or not. As soon as the customer becomes agree, immediately will convert that lead into an opportunity. So now it becomes an opportunity. Now it is an opportunity. Okay. Now we have to give the quotation and everything. So here the price quotation and those features are not showing because of this is a free account. Okay. Otherwise, here you would be getting the quotation part in the related list. So through which you can send the quotation. You can create a quotation and then you can send the quotation.
Okay.
Okay. That way. Any other query?
Will you show like when did you switch from that light? I mean, you are in a lightning interface right now, but how did you switch it? When did you do that?
Okay. If you want to move to classic, go to top right corner. And here you would be getting switched to Salesforce Classic.
Okay.
Go to this. This is switching and see the UI get changed. That's only the UI get changed. That's all. If I go to account, see, cardinal is there. If I go to cardinal, contact, see, my data is everything are there. Okay, so my data didn't get changed. What is changed is user interface. How to go back to the lightning? Switch to lightning experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
This lightning doesn't cover the products part as well.
Products, yes, it is there. The opportunity is yes, we do have the products. If you go here, you would be getting it. Products, these are the products.
Okay, okay. It doesn't
Add a
come as a
product.
tab abstract as we have in Classic.
No, it is there. It may not
Okay,
be available over here, not an issue. This thing is customizable, so maybe you need to go over here, top left corner, to the app launcher. These are all the apps. And then if you scroll down, here you would
that's
be
the
getting
products
the
part.
products.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
this is the products. Now top right corner, new. Okay, then next one is that here, this is see on top, you would be getting the search. This search is the global search. So if you want to search something, like say I want to search for CA and enter. This is searching all objects of Salesforce. Left hand side say addition. Account total 4 records, leads 3 records, contact 5 records, like that. Addition tasks total 5 plus Wi-Fi plus exam question. Here you can see only 5 records. If you want to see more, you have to click here view more. Then only you can see the remaining records or more records, otherwise not. Now, when you're doing a search, here say I want to search only for say C and star. You can use here wildcard character star. Star is for multiple characters. The universal things which we all know. Enter. Oh, I got an error. Minimum 2 letters you need to put in terms to search. You cannot write C star. You have to write CA star. Now, when it is searching, what it is searching for? If I'm looking at the C, pyramid construction in carpet. Hey, nowhere I have CA. Then where it is searching? Journey point. I'm nowhere having CA. Where it is searching? Please remember, when you search, it's search into a text field, text area field. A word beginning with CA. Remember, I said a word beginning with CA. Let me show you. I'm going to pyramid construction. Maybe there is a field and the field is a text field. Yeah, details. I think it would be getting, yeah, here, CA. A word beginning with CA, you would be getting here. If you want to search in a particular object, you can mention here account. Now type down here CCA. It's searching only in accounts, not all the objects. Now further you can refine by left hand side, you can refine here, see account name, account side, phone number. You can further refine it. This is for the global search. The next one here, moving to, this is for help. If you want to take the help, so we went earlier. It will take you to help.salesforce.com, help and training. This is nothing but help.salesforce.com. So you can get help from here. This is for the global action. Then this is making it something as a favorite. This is for the setup. What all are, this is admin's job, not a end user's job. Notification. And then here, this is, you want to do your personal settings. That is settings. This is user interface of Salesforce lead, account, contact, opportunities. Okay. Okay, then we'll end up our session. Now, in this session, we'll discuss about the user settings. That is an end user setting which the person can do, like say changing password if his mobile number get changed and how he can do so. All these things we'll discuss. And then we'll move into the administrative activities, working with the company profile, the business hours, working with the currencies, multiple currencies, how to deal with multiple currencies, then profiles, and creating a user. So starting with, suppose say I want to change my password or what all are my details, I want to know about it. Then you can go to top right corner and here you would be getting the settings. Let me go to the setting, and currently we are administrator. That is the role what we have in our organization. So I'm going to settings, and then left hand side I would be getting, see here, my personal information, and all my personal details are available over here, where username has to be unique across Salesforce. It's not within your organization, but it's everywhere. Why so? Because everybody is accessing Salesforce by going to login.salesforce.com. So it has to be unique. So from here you can go, you can change these. Then you can go to the advanced user details. So let me show you the advanced user details, and then here, let me go to the edit part. Just now, this is what the first name, last name, alias. So the alias you would be getting into the records, the owners. So there you would be getting the aliases. Let me show you where. So I'm opening to the another place here. See here towards right side. I'm getting the opportunity owner, and then these are the aliases. How the aliases comes? First name of your the first letter of your first name and 4 letters of your last name. That is by default you will get an alias. Email, this email can be duplicated, not an issue. Nickname, this nickname you would be getting in the communities. What would be your name? That is nickname. Okay. Then the title, company, and all these things, you know. Now, this role and all these things, since I'm an administrator, so it's giving me option to change, but it's not for everybody. So not everyone can come here and then change. What all are those things? We'll discuss when we discuss the creating the user at that point of time. Scrolling down below, here I would be getting the mailing address. If there is an SSO setup you did, so generally the SSO setup is being done by the Salesforce. Then it would give you a Federation ID. So that Federation ID you can put on over here. So that from your company portal, if you're jumping to Salesforce, you need not to re-log in. That is single sign-on. Then you can come here and then change the time zone, local, and language. These 3 things. Okay. Then we have the delegated approver. Delegated approver is that if you're on leave or you're not working, then on your behalf, which person can do the approvals? Let's say you are a sales manager and you are on leave, and someone submitted an opportunity for discount. So the sales rep can give discount up to say 5%, and then the higher discount he need to take approval from the management. So who would be the person? So if I'm on leave, then who can do the approvals on my behalf, that would be the delegated approver. Manager would be a person. If I'm submitting a record, then this would go to the manager for approval. That is manager. Then automatically, whenever someone is submitting you record, then you would be getting an email notifications when you want to get the email notification. So that you can set over here. So these settings you can do for yourself.
There's a concept of delegated approval here.
Yeah.
So suppose somebody is gonna submit his something for approval, and I'm a admin, and I'm just gonna approve or reject that. So the delegated approver is gonna see all the things which I'm just getting right now, or if I'm on leave, and is there any kind of setting where I'm just putting I'm on leave, then will he be able to see that? Is there any case something like that?
No, by default he would be getting all things what you are doing because of he's a delegated approver. So if you're not there, then he'll do that. So there is no such kind of things. So it's recommended that when you're going for leave, that time come here and then put a delegated approver. Once you come back, then do it.
So can't we make any kind of restriction here so that he will not be able to see my records and all the things I'm just getting for approved?
It's not he's viewing your records, but all the records which are being submitted for approval, he can view those records because of he need to approve that. So without viewing, how he can approve? So it's only
Okay.
for those records, not for every record.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. Now here, if I'm looking at the locale, I'm getting here the English, US, and in the language also I'm getting English. What is use of these two places English? Anybody? Why these two places I'm setting for English? Or what will happen if I'm changing here say something else? Here it is English and then here it is Spanish. What is that? Or where they are affecting?
One is the time zone and the other one the language which is displaying in the dashboard.
No, but that is different. Time zone is different. I'm talking about the local and language. Because both the places I'm selecting language. Okay, anybody? Okay, let us discuss. So, the time zone. Time zone is in which time zone I'm working with, and this is useful when you're calling someone for meeting, when you're scheduling an event. Then, suppose say I'm scheduling a meeting for tomorrow morning, 11 a.m., and I'm inviting you. What would be your time? Is it 11 a.m.? If your time zone is GMT plus 5:30, then yes. If it is not, then whatever is the difference, you'll get that difference time, not 11 a.m. That's been represented by the time zone. Number two, local. Local does the few settings. Let us discuss that. Local settings. Number one, number format. It does. So if I'm writing down like this, or if I'm writing down like this, is there any difference?
Yes, in US, a comma is like for thousand, but in Europe or in Germany, basically a comma is also for decimals.
Yes. So both are same. Both are same. Both are 1000. Depends on that which places, which geographical location you are using it. Okay. So in Germans, they are using in place of comma dot, and then in place of dot, they are using comma. So this is same, exactly same. So this has been decided by the local. Number one. Number two, the date format. You all know about the date format. That is DTMMYY, MMDTYY, what it is. MMDTYY or YYMMDT. Number three, name order. Name order would it be first name comma last name or last name comma first name? These things are being decided by the local. This is a certification exam question. Okay. What language represent? This language represents two things. Number one, in which language you want help. Number two, what would be your label language? Like say currently, if I'm going to say here, this is happening in English. If I'm changing to Spanish, save. What are you getting in Spanish? Huh? Very slow to me today. Come on. There, here I'm getting the logo. This is the logo for 2020. So with every release, the logo gets changed. Yeah, see here, it gets changed. See here, the opportunities, the sales is known as Ventas, Initio, like that. Okay. And then now if I go to help, I would be getting help in Spanish.
I have a quick question. I'm sorry. So
Yeah, no worries.
the screen we are seeing here, this is for the end user, right?
Yes.
This is the end user screen for an end user usage. So me as a admin, I mean, how's this helping me?
No, it's not helping you. It's say you are working in Japan and then you want to see the labels and everything in Japanese language. How would you do for yourself? You want to change the password. How can you do so? So I'm explaining you that
Okay,
what
so
a user.
he's gonna submit a request, and that request would come to an admin to change the password.
No, he'll straightforward go and then do these changes. That's one that I'm showing you. Just give me a moment. I'm refreshing the page. Few things. Go to change my password. There's no submit request. Straightforward. What is your current password? What is your new password? What is your security question? And then submit and then job done. That's all. Okay.
I mean, what I'm trying to understand is, like you said, this is an end user screen, right? So are you just
Yes.
showing us the screen to show us what kind of functionalities or what kind of changes we'd be making to an end user so that he can work efficiently, or you're just trying to show us a screen to familiarize us that this is what an end user has to go through on a day-to-day basis?
This is what end user or what a user can do configuration settings at his level. Because we have two types of settings. One settings, one configuration which admin does that affects the entire organization.
Mhm.
One is at personal level. Personal level is, see, I'm a sales rep. Please don't treat me as a administrator. I'm a sales rep and then I want to change my password. How can I do so? Definitely at that point of time, this setup, which top right corner at present I don't have access to this part. So I'm explaining you that a sales rep, if he want to do the changes, then what changes he can do and how it is going to affect him. I'm explaining you those.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to understand. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Now another thing which he does is grant account login access. This. So in Salesforce, we have one setting. The setting is, can administrator log into a user's account directly? Maybe yes, maybe no. So currently in my organization, yes, the administrator can log in to any user directly. How he can do so? Let me show you. So administrator will go to setup. This is how you can confirm that whether twin can log into any user or not. We'll go to users and then here you would be getting the option login. Okay. If this option is not available over here, guarantee that here you would be getting that option. So please make a note here that a user can give two persons his login access. Number one, administrator. Number two, Salesforce support team. These are the two persons who can give login access. How? In my case, it's already been given. Then only the Salesforce.com support I'm getting over here, and then no access. How many days I want to give? So 1 day, 3 days, 1 week, and then at any point of time I can come and then I can revoke these permissions. So say I'm giving for 1 week and then saving it. Now Salesforce support team can log in to my account within this time period. That is possible. Okay.
I have another question.
Yeah.
Under what circumstances would Salesforce.com support team, or an admin, would need a login access of a user?
Generally, the administrator need more times the access of a user rather than a Salesforce.com support team. That is, maybe let me take an example. Say, I am a sales rep of Japan, and I requested administrator that okay, I cannot see few records, and he gave me permissions. Now he's saying that Harish, now you should be able to access those records. When I'm viewing, I can't see those records at all. Now it's a clash. This point of time, the administrator has to come to my login and then check that yes, whether I'm getting the record access or not. Those would be the circumstances.
Thank you.
Yeah, and this is an organization policy that whether the administrator can log in directly to any Salesforce user's account or not. Currently in my organization, yes. If it is no, then how you can change it? Let me show you here if I'm going to see login access policies. How to come here? Just a minute. Let me show you. Just jump it a bit. Go to setup. Setup. This is administrators. Go to top left corner, quick find. Why quick find? Because of I don't know that which option is available here. I'm simply typing here login. This is initially the best way to jump directly. Login access policies. And then here you would be getting administrator can log in as any user. It is enabled. 100%. Salesforce.com support team available to user, available to administrators. Only for administrators, not for everybody. What you want. So should Salesforce.com support team can log into any of your organization user? Generally, we don't do so. Okay. If you're removing then the end user will not get that option. Let me show you again. I'm saving it. It's been saved. Let me go back over there. Where yeah, grant login access. Refresh it, and here we go. It's already given, so I'm getting here, but I cannot change. See here now I'm getting your company administrator because of the policies get changed. But it's only for two persons, no other person. Okay. Any question in this? Then we have security token.
Yeah, I'm having a question here.
Yes. Yeah.
As per my experience with Salesforce, I was having the same thing, was no access to the Salesforce support. But when I just logged the case to Salesforce team, so there was an option there whether I want to just give them access or not. So I just tick that as a yes, and they accessed. So is this compulsory to make that whether I'm just gonna give them access or not, or that will help there when I'm just gonna log the case there?
That would be your decision whether you want that okay the Salesforce support team should log in and then check your account to dig the issue or not. It's
Okay,
up to
so
you.
I can give as well from there.
Yes.
Sure, thanks.
Then we have the security token. Security token is useful only when you are using Salesforce from a third party software, from a third party tool. That time, now the third party tool, Salesforce don't know that who are you because of simply you are giving your username and password. But in backend, Salesforce does a lot of things from the security perspective as well. So those are not there. That time Salesforce needs a token. That token, you can get it from here. You need to reset the security token. Okay.
And this is a feature only used if the organization wants to use, is it?
No, this is only for limited users. We give this option who are accessing Salesforce from a third-party software.
Okay.
Only for those persons. If you're not doing, there is no use of it. Okay. Yeah. Now, let me move to the admin activities. So till now, we were keep on talking about what a user can do in Salesforce and how he can do it. Now coming to the organization related steps. That is typically a responsibility of an administrator. Coming on to that, my organization, Intellipaat management wants that, okay, Harish, we want 10 more persons to join Salesforce. They want to know that if we have sufficient amount of licenses with us or not. Okay. From where I can check this? This is where I would be going to set up, here top right corner, set up and set up. This is only for administrators. It's not for other users. Now here in this, how to work, left hand side you would be getting all the options. These are like say administration related options here, users. Under this you would be getting user related things, then data, then email. And these are the different segments. The different options are available under different categories which you can get. But initially, since when we are very new, it's difficult to know that which option is available. Like just now how I did. I don't know that way is that login policy is available. No need to explore all these options. Go to top left corner and then start typing. Like say here, I want to check for company and keep on typing, and then accordingly, it's getting filtering as well. Second, you would be getting next to this see object manager. In the object manager, just earlier we were discussing about the objects. These are all the objects which we have here. Here, you would be getting two things, label and API name. API name is typically for development. So label is nothing for user interface. For user interface, definitely you can have the spaces, but in API names, it has to be a single word, no space, nothing. These two things you would be getting for an administrator. Now coming to home and then coming to our main query, that how many licenses we have in Salesforce. Do we have appropriate number of licenses so that we can accommodate 10 more persons in Salesforce? Let's have a look. I'm going to company information. And then here, first I'm going to edit option. This is related to the company. What is my organization name? Who is the primary contact, phone number, details, and parameters you would be getting. Then you would be getting the local related settings, default local, language, and time zone. Just how we were discussing earlier. The same things over here. Then what about the currencies? So do we have the multiple currencies enabled? As of now, no. So our default currency is USD. So if you want to change and then you want to work only with one single currency, definitely you can choose from here in currency you're working. If you want to work with multiple currencies, then you need to activate this multiple currency. Plus, please remember that once you enable the multiple currencies, you cannot roll back. No way. So be very clear before doing this checkbox. Then towards the end, do you want your users should get the Salesforce newsletters and then admin users should get Salesforce newsletters? Generally, we allow. If you want, you can remove them. And then what about the system maintenance and the system downtime notifications? So do you want to show your organization users to get those notifications? So once you log in, immediately after that, you'll get a notice that the Salesforce is down for maintenance at this date and time between this to this. So you would be getting that. So these details, these things you can set up in company here. Any question in this?
For example, organization purchased 50 licenses and they have assigned or given those licenses to the employee, respective
Okay.
employee, right?
Okay.
And in between, or maybe one or two employee has left the organization.
Okay.
So then my question is, does these licenses or these licenses can be transferred to the new employees, or organization has to purchase new licenses for new employees?
No. These licenses you can revoke and then you can assign to new users. Yes.
Okay.
Now how to do so? We'll discuss when we create the users.
Okay.
That
So
time.
this is also a responsibility of an admin.
Yes, admin's responsibility. Okay. Any other question? Yeah.
There's a feature here of activate multiple currencies. So
Yeah.
why? Okay, what would be the best practice whether we should check this or not? Because suppose our organization is dealing with multiple currencies right now. So what would be the impact if we have checked this, because there's a warning symbol there? And what would be the another one? You can just see improve date value feature that is just being warned up. So why is there so? I just want to know about it.
Salesforce has made its tool such a flexible that it fit in all the environment for all different types of organizations. Like say, if your organization is working, yes, across the globe, but it's dealing only with one single currency, like say USD or any other currency, then there is no need to go for multiple currencies because of your organization is not going to use at all. If your organization is uh, working with different currencies, then yes, definitely you have to go with multiple currencies. You have to enable it. And then after enabling, what will happen? That we'll discuss when we discuss about the currencies.
Okay.
Okay. So here, did you notice that I think someone asked me a query that in the opportunities we are getting the amount in USD. Like see here, the laptop, let me go to this, and then if I'm going to see details, here the amount, this is I'm getting in USD. So how I'm getting here the dollar sign? This is because of here it is mentioned as USD. If I'm changing to some other currency, and as of now I'm working with only one single currency, so it's not asking here that this data is in which currency. Like see, let me edit this. It will not ask me that. No way it is asking that in which currency it is, because of we are using only one single currency. If there are multiple currencies, then here you would be getting a drop down list that this data, the amount, is in which currency. Then you need to choose the currencies. Okay. No question. Then I have a question. The question is here I'm getting the default locale, default language, and then default time zone. What is this? What is meaning of this default? I know local language and time zone, but what is this default here?
It's because our instance will connect to that time zone server that we maintain that time in on our servers.
Here, my zone is I mentioned as Amekala, LA, and then this is AP. It is Asia Pacific server. Both are different, right? And at any point of time, I can come here and then I can change to any other. Yes, I can do so. And then I'm saving it. So it's nothing related with this AP8. Not like that. This is again a certification question. What you are writing here, it is just the default. When you create a new user, please make a note. When you create a new user, then by default, what values you want to get. That's all. Nothing beyond that. Let me show you
I
here.
think
I'm going to users. Here. So here I'm creating a new user. I'm showing you. So here below when I create it, here I have the user local and language. So what it should reflect here, that we set here. That's all. Okay. And yes, of course, when I'm creating a user, I have all options to do a change. Yes, I can do so. That's possible. That's why we are calling here that these as default local language in time zone.
Can you repeat that again? Sorry.
Just a minute. I'm showing you. I'm showing you. So here, just a minute. So let me do so here. So this is language. Language I'm putting as French, and then default language, default local. Let me put down say here Dutch. And then this is GMT -3. Save. Let me go and create a new user. See the settings which I did over here, I'm getting over there, right? Earlier I was getting different things over there. If you remember, now I'm getting
No, but
GMT -3 Dutch and then French.
that is for the same company you're creating the user. Then this locale settings will apply. Is it?
Yes, it's one single organization we are working with.
Yeah, but then how will it work? Let's say if it's a single organization and there are two users in different countries, but they both
No
belong to
worries,
the organization.
no worries. Here, one person is from Japan, so set here the language is the Japanese, known as the Japanese time
Okay.
zone. Plus the time Japanese, the other person
Okay.
set up from the US. That's all.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So I have a question. So this company information can be entered by on Salesforce browser basically. Like no, see if I have a user sitting in US and user sitting in Japan, they can configure differently the company information. Are we saying that?
No, this has been done by the administrator. This setup has been done by the administrator. It's not done by an end user.
Yes. So how would the user sitting in US and user sitting in Japan will have two different settings?
Nothing. This is only for, see, actually it has no impact other than that it is default. Please understand that this is default local language and time zone. This means whenever an administrator will create a new user, what should be the local language and time zone should reflect. That's all. Nothing beyond that. Okay. So if you have, you know that okay, the base is in US and the more number of users would you from US, then every time whenever you are creating a user, you need to come here and then change every time the time zone, the local and the language. It's a typical job. Rather than that, why not you are setting up for US because of your major base is in US. And then for others, for few number of users, you are doing it manually. That way.
Got it.
Right. Let us move forward here. No, apart from that, what the company information gives us? Let us discuss.
I have a quick question. How does this impact if we are looking at a global, release? For example, there are companies, a company like IBM. If IBM is implementing Salesforce, for example, there's IBM in US, there's IBM in Europe, there's IBM in China. So if a guy who's using IBM in China is using default language as Chinese, and me sitting in US is using it as English. How do we, work on data cross checking? I mean, his data would be in Chinese and mine would be in English, right? How does that
Just
work?
yes. Now, an excellent question. So till now, we are keep on talking about the language, and then this language reflects the labels, not the data. The data you would get in English only. You will not get in regional language at all. What all I mentioned over here, you will not get in other languages. But what if you need it? Then we have a concept of workbench. You need to work with the workbench, and in that work, like say, let me take example of say sales. Sales in English, we are calling it as sales. So what is its parallel word in Spanish? I was getting something. Anybody knows the Spanish? Ventas. So you need to like this. You have to for all the words manually. Now, a person who is getting the data, I'm talking about the data. If a person who is looking at the data in English would be getting in sales, if he's getting in Spanish, he would be getting in this way. We
So
have a concept of
it has a scope of translating your word if we are working through the workbench.
yes. You have to yes. After that, yes.
Thank you, appreciate it.
I think it should be there. Yeah, translation work. Let's see here. It is there. Okay.
So the working on workbench, does this still fall under an admin purview, or uh, it's something that a developer has to do, or who's
Nothing.
responsible?
This is admin's responsibility or someone whom admin delegates
Okay,
is a responsibility.
thank you.
So let me discuss one more. I'm going a bit away from the company profile. We have two things in Salesforce. One is administrator, and then second one is delegated administrator. These are the two persons. So when I say administrator, I'm talking about the system administrator, the super user. Now, assume that I was getting example of IBM. In IBM worldwide, that there are 60,000 users. So do you feel that the system administrator can control and can work for all those 60,000 users sitting at the same level, same place? Because everybody is having the same access.
No.
There is no. Then we delegate the users. We give them delegated permissions. Like say, few persons are account administrators, few are of say user administrators, few are of say lead administrators. Means they are dealing only with some specific areas, not with everything. That we are calling as a delegated administrators. So actually, these all things are being done by the delegated administrator in real world. But in general, when we talk about, so overall, we are talking that okay, it's being done by the administrator. I think I made it clear.
Yes.
Okay. So now this is the company information done, and then let me go to save, being save. And then apart from what you can do, there's a lot of things you can do over here. Please have a look. Now here you would be getting how much data space you are having. So currently I'm using 9% of my data. Just a minute, let me increase the zoom size so that since it is a smaller size, yeah, it's better. Data space, file space. Okay. Salesforce gives you two types of space. Data space is for records. And remember, one record in Salesforce will take 2 kilobytes. This is fixed. Please make a note. Let me have a look of this. So view. Let's see here, my total data storage is 5 MB, the limit which I'm getting. And then if I need some extra, I have to pay extra to Salesforce. Then Salesforce will give me some more data storage. Usage is 9%, then file storage is 20 MB, and then these all data are shared data. The meaning of shared data is that maybe one person is eating 4.9 MB of data, and the other person is eating only zero point 0.1 MB of data. That's possible because of data is shared data. Same with file storage, same with the big object storage. This one. These are the number of records I have. So opportunities I have total 40, and then storage is 80 kilobytes. As I discussed earlier, every record 2 kilobytes. This is. Further, if I scroll down here, this is for the file storage, and which user is eating how data storage. So Harish, 170 key, 81% is it. Let's have a look. What is the Harish? I'm going with and explaining the Harish. This is Harish data. Harish has 38 opportunities in the system, 33 contact, 26 is all reports. Harish report. In other words, if you want to see reports, you can go to storage uses and then you can check where it is. If you don't know, no worries, go to left hand side and then check it out. You would be getting under set data storage uses. Apart from that, if I'm going to say company information here, let me go to company information. Then how many, these are the use file space. Then how many API requests? Maximum 15,000, yes, please keep a note of it. Maximum is 15,000 API requests you can do. Streaming APIs, that is for 10,000 max. Restrict logins, and then here Salesforce.com organization ID. Now, every record, everything, what all are you doing in Salesforce has a unique ID, unique key. If you're from database world, you know in database we have a primary key. Primary key is unique key and every record has that primary key. In Salesforce, the name of the primary key is Salesforce.com ID. This ID is of two types, Salesforce ID. One is 15-digit ID, second one is 18-digit ID. These are the two IDs you would be getting. 15-digit ID you would be getting in user interface, you would be getting in reports. Everywhere you would be getting 15 and classic. 18-digit ID you would be getting in say Lightning and for development. You would be using the 18-digit ID. Let me show you here. So this is going to laptop. This is a record which I opened. Go to the address bar. Here, say after opportunities, I'm getting this 0060 and something, something, something. This is 18 digits. Okay, for laptop. Let me copy this. I'm going to classic. Everything other than your URL and then paste here and then enter. Sorry, I made a mistake. I did copy paste. Sorry. Yeah. See here. This is 15 digits. It's not 18 digit. Have a look of this. I'm getting here towards the end 80. I'm not getting.
But Harish, typically the object should be the same object that you're referring to, isn't it? So the ID
Yes.
is the same, isn't it?
Yes, ID is same. ID is not different. It's only the 15 digit to 18 digit and 18 digit to 15 digit conversion which Salesforce does internally. If you know
Okay, okay.
then Google it out and you will get it. It's internal. There is some algorithm which Salesforce is using. Okay. But for us, we need to know that which places Salesforce is using 15 digit ID and then which places Salesforce is using or showing 18 digit ID. That we should know. Okay. Let me Yeah, I'm copying this. Control C. Let me go to Lightning.
No, but then are you saying that if I am writing a code for, let's say, one of the buttons, and that button I'm trying to use both in Lightning and classic screens, then my coding logic will change in both. Let's say if I'm accessing, let's say if I'm going through an array of characters and I'm counting 15 or 18 and all, how does that work then?
Mhm. No worries. You can use either 15 or 18 and then Salesforce will do conversion automatically. But when you are extracting out, see, from development, if you want to know what is the ID for this record, we'll give you 18 digit ID, not 15 digit.
Okay,
Yes, you can use 15 digit. So when you're assigning somebody are writing something like this value, okay, see here obj.id equals to like this, or you
correct.
can write down like this equal to say this 8. It's okay, no worries. You can work in any format, not an issue.
Okay,
Okay. So here now, if you go to other record, I'm at some other place. This is the URL. I'm going to the URL. I'm removing everything apart from my main URL and then I'm pasting it. This is the 15 digit ID which I'm pasting here and I'm pressing enter. Have a look at this lightning underscore classic. It moved to opportunity. Did you notice here the changes of the URL? And then it's shown me AAT laptop. Okay. So this is your organization ID. Salesforce.com organization ID. If I'm scrolling down below, see here, this is where we are getting the user licenses. These are the licenses. So I'm having total 2 licenses and then both the licenses are used, so nothing is remaining. So we started that there should be 10 more users, which we need to deploy in Salesforce. Not possible because of we are not having any license. Then platform license, community login, and then these are all the different licenses which we are getting. Then if I'm going here, say show 10 more, these are communities and all these licenses. And then Salesforce also gives you the chatter free license. This is free of cost. Salesforce gives you. How much? That would be a deal between you and Salesforce. Generally, it depends on how many number of licenses you have, Salesforce licenses. Based on that, Salesforce gives you the chatter free licenses free. Then we have chatter external licenses. Chatter external licenses are for those users who are not employee of your organization, but you want them to join a chatter group, a collaboration tool. Then we give them the chatter external license.
How would the having a chatter license free help? Because like you also always need a user to be there to use the chatter, right?
Yes.
So like having more than what number of users, having a chatter license more than the users doesn't help, right? Or is
No.
there another way? Yeah.
We have different, like, see, I have the technical expert person whom I'll take help during cracking a deal for a customer. Now, is there a need of that person, the technical expert person, to know about the deal, what deal is going on with the customer, what is the pricing? Not needed. I just need his help to crack the deal. Okay. Then the person, and then where I can go and talk to that person. So Salesforce gives a platform, since it's giving us a collaboration tool, chatter. So using that chatter, you can call the person. So definitely the person will go to login.salesforce.com and then he'll log in and then he can participate in the conversation.
Oh, so
Number one.
he will have UI just only for chatter.
Yes. So how we're getting here this, say sales and all these things, he would not get anything. He would get only chatter.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, yeah. Then these permission set licenses. So permission set licenses, as of now, I'm pausing because we didn't discuss about the permission sets. What are the? So when we discuss the permission set, you'll get it automatically that what all are the permission set licenses all about. Then below that we have the feature licenses. These are the additional licenses. So the other day I got a query that do knowledge has a separate license? Yes, see here. This is the service cloud user license. So these are the number of licenses we have. Okay. So this is you will get at company, all the licenses. These licenses, if you want, you can check on top as well. So from here you can go and you can check it out. That's company information. Okay. Now let us move forward. So next we have the business hours. Business hours is only and only and only for service cloud users, only for sub. So when, like say if I'm setting up the business hours means until what time we are working, we set here. And remember, this does not mean that if I'm setting say for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Before 9 a.m. I cannot log in. No, it's not like after 5 p.m. I can log in, I can work. No issues at all. And where it impact? This impact on the support team. So for support, we have escalations. So typically we have SLA, that is service level agreement. Service level agreement says that whenever complaint or whenever a case from Salesforce terminology comes and enter into system, then it has to get resolved within a time frame. The time frame might be say 2 hours, might be say 4 hours, might be say 8 hours, 10 hours, whatsoever it is. Assume that I'm setting for a particular customer who is my a big customer and who signed the service contract with me that his query should get resolved in 2 hours. Okay, and we are working from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And if someone from that organization is raising a complaint at 4:45 p.m. in evening, what will happen? After 5 p.m. we are not working. So next day morning, all queries, all cases will get escalated to next level because of they are still open. So to avoid this scenario, 4:45 to 5 p.m. 15 minutes, and then the SLA clock gets stopped here. Morning 9 o'clock it again starts, and then the remaining 1 hour 45 minutes it will count from here. That's business hours. This is what we set here, business hours. Now here when we go with the business hours, we are working only with the weekdays, Sunday, Monday. What about the holidays? Like say 1st of January is an off, but here we don't know that which day it belongs to. So that you can set up left hand side going to holidays. So you can go to holiday and then you can set up a holiday over here. It means that particular day there would not be any SLA clock, like say Christmas, like say New Year. You can set it. So you can go to new. What is that? So here say Independence Day. And then you can set here the D. Entire day you are not working. Is it a recurring holiday? Yes, it is a recurring holiday. And then you can set the frequency. So that particular day, even though in business hours it is mentioned, but since it is holiday, so SLA won't come into picture at all. That is holidays.
Can we set location specific holidays? Like suppose I have in South I have different days on which we have holiday. In North, we have different days on which we are there. Out of India, probably US may be having some different holidays. So, is there a possibility to set region-specific holidays or local-specific holidays,
Yes, of
or which
course you
is
can. So when you're setting up the holidays, after that, yes, after that you can set up the after that you can set up the business hours over there. See here, when you go to the holidays, the business hours are setting up. Okay, so which business hour is associated with that? You can assign it in that holiday. Okay, and for business hours, we are defining that.
okay?
Okay,
So,
which time?
so further to this, so I can set business hours specific to regions, and then those business hours could be allocated to holiday. That you are saying?
Yes. So in business hours, we have
So
the concept of time
I can
zone.
have multiple business hours. Okay, okay, got your point.
Yes. See here, you
Hmm.
have the time zone. Okay. Now, another thing coming up with the fiscal year. Please understand these concepts are important. Fiscal year. So in Salesforce, we have two types of fiscal year: standard fiscal year and then custom fiscal year. These are the two fiscal years. So this is the settings you would be getting over here: the fiscal year, and no, this is a custom fiscal year. Just a minute. Just give me a moment. Let's log out. Because of once you move to the custom fiscal year, after that you cannot roll back. That is the problem. Number three. Okay, yes. There was a query that how we would be getting the notification. See here, the notification, the task reminder, open opportunity, close it. There was a query from someone. So it is how you would be getting this. Not here, setup, interruption. Yes. Okay. So fiscal years you would be getting in two ways: standard fiscal year and custom fiscal year. So in the standard fiscal year, you can set that what is the starting month. It is with straightforward going with the Gregorian calendar, where you can set that which is your starting or ending month. So like say we are following January to December. January would be my starting month. Save. That's all. So now in the opportunities or in the reports, and whenever you're checking our reports that in this fiscal year or this quarter, what is the business what we did, then it take from this place. That is going for the standard fiscal year. In certification exam, the questions they'll ask you is that what you can set over. We can set over here is the starting and the ending month. That's all. That is from the standard fiscal year point of view.
Can I have multiple fiscal years? Just to give you an example, I have one of my previous company. We had we were working at different locations, but the PNL has to be prepared on different fiscal years. So do Salesforce take into account different fiscal years for different locations as well?
No, it's one
No,
fiscal year where the entire reports get generated.
for the entire company,
Yes, for the entire organization.
wherever it is located.
Yes,
Okay.
wherever you, yeah. So if it is a global organization and you want to set the fiscal year to be from say January to December, then you can set over here. Now coming to location related or geographical related things, then you need to do the implementation manually.
Okay. So implementation manually in the sense.
Manual in the sense there by the coding you need to do
Okay.
that way.
So I have to write a
Okay.
code to get this physical year separately. So I would the whatever coding that I do, so that would be reflected here, or it would be reflected when I pull out the reports or anything like that.
Yes, yes. Those things will pull down in the reports only directly over here.
I
Not
cannot
here.
change it. I cannot change it in this setup.
No, 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 no. It's not here.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Now another thing. So in certification exam, they'll ask you only this question. Coming to the custom fiscal year, please make a note that custom fiscal year, once you go for, you cannot roll back. No way. Number one. Number two, when you enable the custom fiscal year, you will lose three things from Salesforce. That too, when you're going for the custom fiscal year, lose performance. Number one, some of the standard report types you will lose. You will not get at all. You will lose the quota and you will lose the forecasting. These three things you will lose at all. So if you really need it, you need to do it manual implementation. Manual implementation might be coding, might be in a declarative way. That is based on. In a standard way, you will not get it. Okay. Now, when you go with the custom fiscal year, then how you would get it? Let me show you back. So here I'm logging out. And remember, once it is activated, after that you cannot roll it back. No way. Since we have 52 weeks, so in the custom fiscal year, we divide those 52 weeks. So there's no concept of month over here, nothing like that. So you usually get two setups. One is 4 quarters per year and 13 weeks per quarter. So 13 weeks, 13 multiplied by 4, it'll end up to 52 weeks. Now, how to divide those 13 weeks because of we have a concept of month. So 4 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. Again, nowhere we are talking about the month. Okay, so this is we are talking about a period. Okay, so 4, 4, 5, that makes 13. Then 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 4. Here the period is written, but how it would be. Another setup is 13 periods per year and 4 weeks per period. That again makes it 52 weeks. How to divide 13 periods? 3, 3, 3, 4. What is that? Quarter 1 is 3 period, quarter 2 is 3 period, quarter 3 is 3 period, and quarter 4 is 4 periods. Then 3, 3, 4, 3, like that. It move in this way. Now, if you want to come back to the standard Gregorian calendar, since there is no rollback, but once you move into custom fiscal year, and then you want to come back, then you can choose here the standard Gregorian calendar. But coming up to this does not mean that what all are you lose, you will get back. No way that you lose forever. Okay. So let me set up over here. Say if I'm going with say 445, and then I'm continuing it. Yes, this is I'm giving say 21. When my fiscal year is starting, so it is starting on say November. Let me start with say January. What should I write here? 26th. The weekday start is Sunday, or when your week is. So my week is starting on Monday, not on Sunday. Coming on. This is my first quarter, first period, first week. 7 days. The default setting is for 7 days. Maybe if you have some off or some days you're not working. Okay. Just have a look. Let me increase this. Please have a look here. See the first period, 21/6 to 22nd February. Now assume that this week we are not working for 7 days, rather we are working 5 days only. Comes 22. And then overall your entire year, 2 days becomes minus because of you are not working here for 7 days. So that way it is not 52 multiplied by 7, those many number of days you are working. It can be less. On basis of this, the entire calculation for fiscal year. This makes it
Harish,
very complex.
can we set
Just
up this start date and end date of this of the quarters and the weeks? Because this
no.
would land up like suppose I have a month and for the quarter, like you started from 2620, right? First 26 January 2020, right? But
Uh-huh.
my quarter, if I go by Indian fiscal year, it is quarter four. Okay. Now the quarter four, it will end up on 26th April, right? Just a
Uh,
rough estimate. It will end up on 26th April, 25th April. So
uh,
can I set up dates for the start date and end date?
no, you are setting up actually the number of days you are working with. So based on that, you are setting up the start and end date. Start date is anyway, it is fixed. End date get changed.
No, I'm just thinking of the quarters getting messed up because if I put this kind of dates like 7 days or 5 days in between, what will
Uh-huh.
happen? The dates will fall into some different quarters, which will be again a calculation error in terms of when I'm trying to pull up the reports.
Exactly. This is the reason here we are losing these things. Now you got it correct. Let's see how difficult it is. That's why in a standard way, what Salesforce is providing you, the standard report types, the quota and forecasting that you lose. Because of it's literally difficult. If you need it, in your case, then you need to write down code. No other way.
Okay. So this is the standard format in which Salesforce provides the physical year. So if I wanted the reports in a different way, suppose from first my actual quarters will start from first of a particular month to 30th of a particular month, then I have to write a code. You mean to
No
say that?
worries. No worries. No. Hang on. If your query is like that, then when you put down the reports, rather than
Right.
going with the quarter definition, go with the period way. No? That okay, I want the details from 1st of January till 1st of March. That's all.
How, how do you do that?
It's when you pull down the report. That time we have the time frame.
Okay. While
Same,
taking the
same,
report.
same as just a minute. Let me take another example. When you do a net banking, then you can pull down the report in two ways. Your statement. One is last quarter, previous quarter in statement, and the one is the date frame we are given.
Okay.
Right. So when you
Yeah.
give
Yeah.
this quarter, then previous quarter has a standard definition, but date frame is
Okay.
based.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is how custom fiscal year we set. All things, the dates we need to set, and then accordingly, the days will also get vary. Okay. Now in certification exam, they'll ask you what is the format over here. Overlaps the previous. Okay. Yes. There's already there. So what is the format over here? So you should know this. Not this. New. One you should know. Quarters per year, 13 weeks per quarter, and then 13 weeks per period. And then you should know this. What does this mean? And then you should know this. If you're going with a custom fiscal year, there is no rollback, and you will lose this. Okay. Now coming to the multiple currencies. Since we are having the free account, so in free account, the currency option we don't have.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but is there
No
a
worries.
proper flow in which I should be setting up the this information, like confirm information? Is there a flow? Because like we made prepare the company information, then we did then we set up the physical year, then we are setting up the currency. So is there a particular flow in which we need to set up an account, or is it like I can go for currency first and then I can set up the physical year? Is that happen that way?
Yes, because of they are not interdependent.
Okay.
Yes, the holidays, business hours are interdependent, but fiscal year is not dependent on the holidays, not dependent on the business hours, same not dependent on the currencies.
So I can use any like anyhow, like I can set up first the currency and then go to set up the business hours and all,
Yes, you are right.
or I can set up the currency and then go and set up the business hours.
Yes, true.
So anyhow, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Now working with the multiple currencies. So this I can explain you theoretically, not practically, because we don't have option available over here. Let me explain you when we go with the multiple currencies. So in multiple currencies, in Salesforce, we have three types of currencies. Number one, corporate currency. Number two, active currency. And number three, inactive currency. These are the three types of currencies we have. Corporate currency, in which all your corporate reports get generated. That is the corporate currency. This can only be one for one corporate. You cannot have more than one corporate currency. No way. Active currencies are those currencies in which currently you are dealing with. Like say you are dealing with USD, you are dealing with Euro, you are dealing with say INR, you are dealing with Japanese yen. So they would be the active currencies. I'm coming on to the conversion rate after some time. And then we have inactive currency. Remember, once a currency you enter into system, you cannot remove those currencies. Important note. You cannot remove. You can only make it active or inactive. Inactive means the currencies with which we were working with earlier, but nowadays we are not working with those currencies at all. Let me take example. Say Intellipaat opened an office in UK and it didn't work well. So for 1 year it worked and then it was working with euro currency. And since it didn't work well, so Intellipaat closed the office. Then what will happen to the euro currencies? They would still be there in system. And then since Intellipaat is not dealing in euro currency or in European countries, so we'll make it as an inactive currency. That's when we move to. Now coming to the conversion rate. Conversion rate is always with respect to the corporate currency. Okay, so what will happen to the conversion? Okay, now how organizations work with the conversion rate? That's important to understand. How banks work with the conversion rate? How the banking institutions works with the conversion rate?
They check it on daily basis on the conversion websites. So does Salesforce like link to a conversion website and do it?
So shall I call it in this a flat rate for a day? Because we have two rates, conversion rate. One is a trading rate. Yeah.
I have a quick input on this. So basically, the conversion rate is basically decided when the deal is made, right? For a season, for
Sorry.
when the deal is made, the conversion rate is basically not something that's decided on a daily basis in a corporate structure. It is basically decided quarterly based or yearly based, whatever the rate was on the first day of the quarter or on the first day of the year. It could go up or down, but the rate would be the
Exactly.
same for all corporate currencies.
Exactly. Yes. Perfect one. Okay. I was just explaining. See, please understand there is a trading rate and there is a flat rate. So banks works on a flat rate for a day. Trading rate is keep on going up and down. Okay, that's on that particular time period. What is the rate? Bank, whenever the financial institution they open, they decided that okay, today our currency conversion rate should be X amount. Whether it is going up or down does not matter. The financial institution work with that particular rate only. Right? This is for the financial. How about the corporate? Corporate work on the flat rate, monthly basis, quarterly basis, quarterly basis, yearly basis. It is organization decision. Yearly basis, it's a flat rate. Okay, so whether the currencies goes up and down does not matter. The conversion rate which we that particular rate only, and it's always on the higher side. Always. This is how the conversion rate happens. Okay,
Is
and
there a
this again.
possibility?
So I'm a bit confused on the first one, flat rate for the day for the financial. Completely agree. So that is basically on a day wise. But for the corporate thing, you're saying that that would be done at a quarterly thing based on the conversion and not on a daily basis, is
Yes,
it?
yes,
Okay.
yes. No corporate work on the daily basis. No corporate until and unless it's a financial institution. No
Yes.
corporate.
Yes. And that time they would take the maximum conversion rate that has occurred over the quarter.
Yes, yes. So it's always at a higher side. Always. So actually going with the corporates, so they call the financial experts, and those financial experts will check n number of criterias, and then based on that they suggest that okay, this should be the conversion rate which the corporate should work for next quarter. So again, we have a process in the organization to know what should be the conversion rate for next quarter or next financial year, like that. Okay, so this is how to get. So that is none of our things. Our things is that how to put into Salesforce. So in Salesforce, we have the active currencies, we have the inactive currencies. So the conversion rate we put with respect to corporate currency. So like our corporate currency is USD. Let me take examples. Our corporate currency is USD, and then we are dealing with say the yen, we are dealing with INR, and then this is we are dealing with the euro. And here the conversion rate would be 1 USD equal to INR, 1 USD equals to this is the yen and blah 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 things. Sorry, like this. So this we do. That's how to work with the currencies in Salesforce. Okay. And do you know how to enable the multiple currencies?
Yeah, whenever we are just gonna create a field of currency, so when we have enabled multiple currency, will it ask us to create a particular currency field, or will it just go as we the default one?
Since here in the free account we don't have the setup for the proper setup for working with the currencies, so it will show you multiple currencies over there. Let me show you. You're going to see company from company information, and then going to edit. Let me show you. Let me enable it. And before that, I wanted to show you something. Use this. Just have a look on it. So I'm going to opportunities. I'm creating a new. I'm having here amount, but no way I'm getting the currencies. No way. All right. Now I'm enabling the multiple currencies and then I'm saving it. Let me go over here. I need to create again. Here, where is the currencies? It's not showing me. Just a minute. It should show me which currency it is. Yes, see here it is showing me USD. Earlier it was dollar, and then I should be getting somewhere. Yeah, opportunity currency type CUSD. Here it is. Earlier we were not getting it. Okay. Now since we don't have the multiple currency option over here, so it's only one currency, which it is. So you would be getting this option. And then in this option, you would be getting all the active currencies. Okay. Any other question?
Where do we add this multiple currencies? Like you just showed like how do I activate it, but if I have to add more currency, where do I put it?
It's not available in the free account.
Okay. So, but where
So
usually where it is available?
the same place where we have the company information. Same place.
Okay. So we get to add currencies. What kind of currencies I'll deal in?
Yes.
One more thing, as multiple currency matter comes, when will activate the multiple currencies, right? So this active, inactive, and corporate will come then only, or else if we are going for single
Yes.
currency, it won't be like any of
Yes.
this case.
Yes. If it is single currency, then there is no question of active currency, inactive currency, corporate currency. Because of you are dealing with only one currency.
Exactly.
So no conversion rate, nothing. Okay. So this is about the company details, company informations in Salesforce. Now we'll move on to the user management. So in the user management, let us explore that. So the first thing is profile. Profile controls what you see in Salesforce and what you can do in Salesforce. These two things controlled by the profile. Let me explain you what does this mean. So when I'm saying about what you see, it means I'm talking about number one, which application apps. Number two, in these apps, which are the tabs. Number three, when I go to a particular tab, then here I'm getting field placement. This is known as a page layout. So like say I'm getting this placement in this manner. Maybe the sales manager is getting in a different way. Maybe the CEO or the VP of sales would be getting in a different way. The same field placements. So that's nothing but a different page layouts. Okay. Then which field? So maybe this field is visible to you or this field should not be visible to you. These all things are being controlled by profiles. So it controls say which app, which tab, which page layout, and then which field you can see. What you can do with Salesforce. So in that we have the object permissions. Object permissions we have CRED. That is create, edit, edit, and delete. These are the four permissions we have. Along with that, we have two administrative permissions, view all and modify all. These all are the admin permissions. It means if someone is having these permissions, means he can work on everybody's records. He can view, he can edit, and he can delete it. So modify all will also give you the delete permissions. That is with respect to the object. Along with that, you would be getting the general user permissions and then the admin permissions. Like, can you create a chat group? Can you send an email? Is it possible for you to invite a chatter-free user into your group? Can you create a list view? All these things. So these all things is being controlled by the profiles.
What does mean by CRED? Cred? Please repeat it again.
Create, read, edit, delete. In
Okay.
database word, it is CRUD, C-R-U-D.
Okay.
That. Okay, so we have the standard profiles, then we have the custom profiles. So you would be getting the standard profiles. These standard profiles, you cannot change the permissions. You can change the C related details, what you see, those you can change, but you cannot change the permissions. Custom profiles, you can delete the profiles, you can change the permissions, you can change the UI related things, everything you can do. How to do so? Let me show you. So here I'm going with the the profiles. So I'm going to profiles and then have a look over here.
Sorry, I didn't follow. What is that E in the CRED?
Edit.
Edit. Okay. Instead of update.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so here, just have a look. I'm getting only edit and clone option. Since I said that standard profiles you cannot delete at all. Have a look towards the right side. The custom is not checked. These all are the standard profiles. Let me scroll down. See here I'm getting edit, delete and clone option. Towards the right side I'm getting the custom is checked. These are the custom profiles. Okay. Let me show you first standard profiles. So in standard profiles, what you can do, you cannot change the permissions, but you can change the C. C means this part. You can change. Let's have a look. So I'm going to system admin profile, clicking on it. Let me edit it rather than clicking on it. Edit. Number one, the apps. Suppose I want that he should not see the service console, the service app. Yes, I can remove it. Okay. And I have the default tab. Default tab means by default when this profile user logs in, and which app they should see. That would be the default app. So for support users, we make the service app as default. For sales users, we make it sales app as a default. For marketing user, we make it as marketing, like that respectively. We'll make the default apps.
What is
Then
meant by default and visible?
default means by default, whenever these profile users they log in, then which app they should see.
Okay.
That is default app. Okay. Now, next thing is about the tab settings. So we have three types of tab settings: default on, default off, and tab hidden. Default on means by default those tabs are available on the navigation bar. Okay, or tab bar, navigation bar or tab bar. That is default on. Default off means those tabs would not be visible on the navigation bar. But if you want to see, then you have to click on the app launcher and scroll down below. These are the apps. Scroll down below. These are the apps. So now see, not all the tabs are available on the tab bar. Only few of them are available. Okay. So from here you can see that's default off. Tab hidden. Tab hidden is that particular tab is not visible at all. So in user interface, you cannot see that tab at all. Remember, I'm saying in user interface, you cannot see the tab at all. I'm not saying you cannot work with that object at all. No, you can still work with the object. There are multiple ways to work with the object. Maybe through the programs, maybe through some API tool, maybe through some softwares, you can able to work. But in user interface, you would be getting tabs. Tabs are not visible.
So here you are saying that parent tabs, let's say contact is a parent tab, and if I say hidden, then I will not be able to see the contact tab. But if
Yes.
I go to accounts and then from accounts I can see the contact.
No, no. You can see now, suppose see you have a software and through that software you are fetching the contact records. Will
Correct?
you able to see the contact records? Answer is yes, you can. Because of, is that a tab? No, it's not a tab, it's a software who is fetching contact data,
Correct.
right? If you are using the reports, in the reports you are fetching the contact data, contact records. Will you be able to? Answer is yes. Because of, is it a tab? Answer is no, it's not a tab.
It's a record
That,
actually.
that's why I said tab is only for user interface purpose where you are viewing a record in a particular manner. Okay, but it's not the only way to work with the record. There are different ways to work with the record. You have reports, you have softwares, you have data import export softwares. There are multiple ways how you can work with Salesforce records. Got it? So tab hidden is only hiding that particular tab in user interface. When I say user interface means what currently we are getting. I'm talking about that. Okay. Then coming up to these are the permissions. See, I cannot change. Okay. So these are fixed. Because of I'm working as of now with the standard profile, I cannot change. If I'm scrolling down, general user permissions. See, none of them I can change. Standard object permissions. These are the object permissions. See, CRED. None of them I can change. View all, modify all. Since this is a system administrator profile, all are checked. None of them I can change. That's what I meant here. Where it is, yeah. Cannot change the permission, but you can change what you see. Okay. These are the custom object permissions. I have a custom object created. What all are this? This is nothing but the password related to this. How the password, when the password should expire and all this. We'll discuss it a bit later. Okay. Now, let me cancel this because of this. Okay, let me save this. Now, because of this is the system administrator profile. So now I should not be getting for service app. Service app is nowhere. Why? Because of this has been removed for admin profile, which just now I did. Here, I need to go to edit and then I would be getting over here. I remove this one. Service. Okay. Now let us talk about the project or the case study. We would be working with a recruitment application where employee's recruitment process will put into Salesforce. As of now, Salesforce is not supporting this feature, so everything we need to create from our own site. That will do. Now, who should be working with the recruitment application? The HR persons. So to start with that, I need to create a HR profile. Okay. Once I creating the HR profile, that what the HR user should do in Salesforce, what they should see in Salesforce. After that, we'll create a user, a HR user. Will create a user. Because of now onwards, what all are the things we would be discussing? It would be in a chain. Till now, what all are we were discussing? They all are not in a sequence. Yes, with respect to implementation, they are in a sequence. Okay, but if you are not creating the HR profile, later we'll end up in the problem or the challenge when a user, we are talking about a user, and then what user is getting which access. You will face challenge since you don't have a HR profile. So let me do so. So here I'm going up with say profiles. I'm creating a new profile. Now in the profile, since we have a lot of settings, so we never ever create a profile from scratch, from zero. And even Salesforce also don't recommend it to do so. So whenever you create a new profile, Salesforce always force us to clone an existing profile. And being an administrator, this is our responsibility to know that which is the closest profile, the profile which we are creating. Okay. And then in this would lack for this portion. So here I'm going up with the existing profiles. So these profiles would be both standard profiles as well as profiles. Now in that, choose whichever is the closest one. I don't know whichever is the closest one for me. No worries, then we'll take a base as standard user profile. Okay, this is a standard profile, standard user profile. And then here I'm putting a C custom HR profile. I hope it should not be here. Yeah, now edit. So this is for the custom HR profile and it is a custom profile. Now, which application should see? So HR should see the communities. So app permissions I'm giving only to the community. No other. So analytics studio not needed. App launcher let it be. Content HR needed. Community needed. Lightning app needed. Marketing not needed. Sales not needed. This is because of it is default, so I cannot uncheck it. So let me check, make it default as community. What is the difference between an app and a console? Chatter, yes, let it be. Service not needed, not needed. Site.com and post.com. So only I'm giving community, content, and chatter. These three are permissions. Community, content, and chatter. Ways, communities, default. Then here, account, I'm going up with tab hidden. I'm not setting up for all because of there are a lot of things tab hidden. Then let me go to the chatter. Chatter should be default on. And then let me work on default off. default off, I would make it files. If you get confused, no, just a minute, I'm going to communities, right click here and then see here. This is the default tabs in the communities. Account, I make it tab hidden. Here it is default on. It is by default available. Contact, I'm making it default off. Let me do so. It would not be available over there. This contact. This is default off. Default off. Okay. Rest I'm leaving as it is. So this is admin's responsibility to sit and do this each and everything. Here this administrator cannot change. It means home tab has to be available on for each and every profile. It has to be there. And coming up the administrative permissions. So there are a lot of administrative permissions. I'm not going to set each and everything, but just, and even as an administrator also, even for the certification exam also, you need not to by heart all these things. Don't do that. Okay. It's not possible to remember all these permissions. Just overall, you should have idea that, okay, like say here, can approve, feed, post and comment, bulk API, hard delete. So if you give the permission, he can do so, otherwise he cannot do so. Like see here, create and customize report. So can this person create a report? If you give permissions, then yes. If you give permissions, then no. Like see here, create and own chatter groups. I'm removing it. So he should not create a chatter group. Chatter group. No. I'm removing it. Create report permissions given. Yes. Similarly, coming up with the general user permissions also. Is it a lightning login user? Means can he access the lightning? If you check it, then yes. If you don't check it, then he will work only with classic, not with lightning. So you need to check this. And here this is the object permissions. So what he can do with the objects? So since account I mentioned is tab header, so no work. Let me remove this, nothing. Here we go with say case. I didn't mention anything over there, so case I'm making it read only. I'm not going as per the HR profile because of I need to share a lot of things related to tab hidden, default on, default off, all this. Then this is, and then contacts, no delete. So he can create contact CRE permissions. RE permission. Create, read, edit. And coming to leads. Delete permission, create permission I'm removing. So leads only read and edit permissions. Read and edit permission. I think I set all. CRE read only. This is R, CRE, and then here one CRED. Opportunity, let me go with CRED. Let. Okay. Like this you need to set. And about the softwares. So for the offline, okay, desktop integration, what should be done? So do you want to get the access deny? No, no updates, update without alert, update with alerts, or must update it. That is for the offline. Offline means you are not online, and when you come to online, then how the syncing should happen. That one. So this software you need to download it, and then there has to be a license given, the offline user license. Then you can do. Then session related settings. So if the HR is not doing any activity for say 30 minutes, then he should log out. If he's logging in, then what it would be? Should he ask the password and the security question or not? That is high assurance. And then password policies, you know. Password should expire in 90 days, 30 days, what it is. And then system should remember some password. What is the password complexity? and how it should be. Then lockout period is important. Lockout period is for say 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 60 minutes. So if a user is typing in an incorrect password for these many number of attempts, then his account get locked for this much duration. After that, it will automatically get active. Then this is secret answer for password reset, minimum 1 day password lifetime. Don't immediately expire link for forgot password. But if he click on the forgot password, then he is getting an email. So that has a lifetime. So you can make it indefinite lifetime by checking this. That is for the profile.